I like this better. It should be odd. Maybe the mountain started growing back down or something. The dirt started drooping. I don't think that's a thing. What's up, people? I'm Xogue here on All the Mods 5. In the last episode, we made some pretty cool little adjustments to the top of our place. I don't know what we're calling this place. Ooh, lots of sounds. All right, must be work time. Been work time for a while, boys. You're kind of late, aren't you? Aren't you late to work? I mean, you literally don't have to move to go to work. So why? Okay, all right. Nope, I'm leaving you alone. We have a little buddy here. It appears, according to Minecraft, we have enough of a village to spawn stray cats. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and tame it. So I tamed it and I left it right here in the village because it's the village cat. It was stray. Now it's tamed and now it's theirs. So it's cool. I wish I could kind of like have it wander around without it actually following me. You know? I think that'd be really, really cool. But you can't. So it's got to sit. We might give this cat, who shall yet be named by some commenter down there in the comments. Give me a name, pretty please, and we'll name it that, and yeah. But, yeah. So anyway, last episode I told you we were going to go through, and I was going to do everything and get all of these guys set up with trades. I've traded every one of them once, or at least once, rather. So we have our butcher, we have our armorer, we've got, this guy's our Fletcher, he was already there. He's already an expert, too. We have our cartographer. We have our cleric. We've got, this guy is a shepherd. We've got our fisherman, who I have traded with a lot. So much. This guy is a wealth. Huge wealth of emeralds. This is going to be our emerald guy, and that's another reason we're going to set up those fishing thingamajigs, because it's going to give us all of these fish, and oh my goodness, if we could set up a mass thing, we will literally have unlimited emeralds. I'm going to show you something here in a little bit, and you're going to see what I mean. But anyway, we've got this guy, and this guy's kind of interesting. Because, yes, he's got the trade, and the only other trade he gives is either a regular enchanted axe or an enchanted sword. So I kind of grinded out a little bit with this guy to get a decent sword. We've got Leech 2, Sharpness 3, and Looting 2. So if we got two of these guys, and like I said, emeralds are really not going to be much of a problem, then we have a Looting 3 sword. So if you really, really, really need something like, say, Wither Skulls in the future, then we'll be okay. You know, and we'll have everything we need. I know, buddy. But anyway, we'll be able to get loot. Yeah, you know, it might take a little while to kill him, or a little longer to kill him, but that'll be okay, because we've got Leech as well. You know, and Sharpness. Sharpness is definitely going to help. Sharpness 4, mind you, after we combine those swords. It's actually a really good sword. Even though it's iron, it's still a really good sword. Anyway, so we also have this guy right here who's a toolsmith. He's got some of that stuff. We may end up getting, I don't know. We'll see what he unlocks later. I'm not sure. And then this guy right here is our leather worker. Now, I mentioned our fisherman. I mentioned this guy, right? He has all the best possible trades, like coal, cod, salmon, clown, and pufferfish. Stuff you can get from there. And he has that because I dropped off a few people over here who I tried to trade with already, and they kind of failed. They didn't give me the trade I wanted. There's a few more. Oh, you made it off the roof, buddy. Good job. I dropped all of them off on that roof. I think there's 3. I don't know where the third is. Maybe he's already been attacked and killed by zombies. I'm not sure. Not sure how this works. Are you going to fall off? Here, fall off. Fall off. Fall off! There we go. Anyway, I didn't like them. They didn't give me what I wanted. But this guy's fantastic. He gave me exactly what I wanted. You know, they jump around a lot, but I actually kind of like it. It makes the place look more lively. I think it's pretty cool when they wander around. They think they can get out. Instead of just standing there, doing absolutely nothing, not trying to move, not trying to do anything, Them jumping up and down is like, hey, come buy from me. Come buy from me. You know, like, hey. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. You may not see that kind of action in an actual market, but you'll find people trying to track you down and be like, hey man, I got some stuff you want. Come on over. I give you a really good deal, man. Give you a better deal than everybody else. You know, and we have that just with them jumping. It almost gives that kind of feel, which is kind of cool. If you think about it that way, it does. This guy's been giving us some emeralds as well. But yeah. Also, there was an update. There was an update to the pack. I still haven't put in the lights yet. We now have Quark. Quark is now in the pack, which means we have some more building blocks to mess with. Okay, we have vertical slabs, which are really, really cool. Some other regular old building blocks in general. I don't know why they mixed them around. They're like all randomized and stuff. It's really not so great. Like there's no real order to these things. They're just random, completely random in here, and it's really weird. I don't know why they would do that. It really makes no sense. Like you have this, look, permafrost, and then pink quilted wool, and then permafrost. What? What? Anyway, you get the idea. Basically, there's a lot of blocks, and with any block in Quark, which we can go through and find regular. So I think you can actually do like minus slab, and it'll show everything except slabs. You see how there's no slabs in the list? You can also go minus stair. Oop, I spelled that wrong. Stair. And now you have all of the blocks. So we can find a good block that we want. And with any of these, you have slabs and stairs and vertical slabs. You also have chests. Interesting different chests. I mean, I have no idea. That's cool. Item frames. We could replace some of these guys here, with the item frames. Maybe do it that way. That could add in a little bit more color. Not sure yet. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gone through and given these guys this little stuff. Like this guy was probably going to end up getting wheat and carrots. I'm thinking not carrots, wheat and potatoes. This guy will probably have clay and stone, or maybe I would do stone and andesite, but we'll see. I think clay is more distinctive, and it'd be better to have on one of those. This guy will just probably have a piece of armor, or not armor. Well, maybe an actual iron chest piece or something, and coal. You know, so we'll just kind of give these guys specific things. I also need to get their lamps in here for sure. I haven't done that yet either. But anyway, another thing that Quark added, because Quark adds a lot. You also have Quark oddities. But you probably don't notice the difference. But being in the world, let me tell you, it is fantastic. One of my favorite things that Quark does is it makes all the greens even more green. Guys, that's one of my favorite things. I love the green. I love the green of everything. And it makes it so much greener. So much more green. It's fantastic. I love it. So that's another really cool thing. But anyway, I've come up with some ideas that I'd like to use for some of these things. We do have some of these guys left. Not too many. These guys are not doing what I want them to do, and they are not creating children. Somehow, I think these other guys over here are like claiming beds. They think they can get to them, so they're claiming them. I guess maybe if I got rid of this guy, actually. I'm not sure. But I need to test that. I'm not sure. I've been doing... Oh, yeah. Didn't I used to live here? Did my door used to be over here somewhere? Who shot me? Did you shoot me? You tried to shoot at me. Where'd my door go? My stuff's now over here. I moved into a smaller place. I crammed everything I had into a small little area, and I literally filled in every block of that area. Now, maybe that seems like overkill. Maybe it doesn't seem like overkill. I don't know. But in my opinion, it's going to be better this way because I don't know why. It's just a thing I do. Because we're actually going to dig out a lot of this. Not the mountain, it's, well, sort of the mountain itself, but not the whole thing. We're going to dig out underneath. Okay, we're gonna go about like 5 layers up from the ground. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Boop. There. That's what I wanted to do. And we're just gonna go like all the way. There was a creeper over there. I'm surprised he didn't like track me down and come blow up behind me. It was like perfect opportunity, dude. You missed your opportunity, man. Anyway, we're going to do that, and we're going to do that for the entire area. The whole island, underneath. The whole thing. Now, when we get over there, we got to do some trickery. I got to figure out exactly how far to go with this, and where to stop, and where to blend in. I have an idea for blending, but it's not completely sorted in my brain place yet, but it's okay. We're going to make it. But we're going to do that along the whole thing, all the way around. This whole area is going to be leveled out, and it's going to circle all the way around over here, and even all the way out here. I think is going to be flattened to some degree, and it's going to go all the way around this whole place, and it's going to give us some options for some very specific things. I have ideas for what's going to go there. The idea that's going to go there is going to be crops. Okay, we're going to have a lot of plots underneath this thing. And our building, our house, is going to go, I think, up here in the corner. And it's going to be kind of like half buried, right? So our building is going to extend. It's going to come from like around here. Hold on, let me do the hoverboard. It's going to come from like around here, and it's going to poke out. Kind of like this little corner is right here, but it'll be man-made. And we're going to have an elevator. I think we have elevators. We do. Just like the open blocks mod, we have these, elevators. And we're going to use those to go up and down. So then we'll have an up area to go to our village or our market. And we'll have down to go to our plants. And it's only, we're not going to have a huge house. Our house is just going to be in a prominent location, right? It's just like right in the middle of everything. And it's kind of how I want it to be. And we're also going to do some interesting stuff with water, I think. Over here in the corner. I think it'll be pretty neat. But all of that may not happen today. I'm not sure exactly what's going to get done today. But I would like to get a lot of this done. So there might be a lot of cuts in here where I chop out a lot of the bits like... I thought they were flashing. There's a mod that makes these things, they like flash when they're about to disappear. They start blinking when they're about to go. I think it's after like 10 seconds that they start blinking or something. But anyway, so I want to get a lot of this done. So I might be jumping around in a few different cuts, be like, hey guys, I did this real quick. Hey guys, just trying to get some of this stuff done. And one of the first things I'm going to do is probably to dig it all out. Once I dig everything out, it will be pretty good, and then we can start organizing some more stuff. Because I kind of did a little tally. I did a mental tally. And I was like, okay, so in order to consider myself organized and decorated, what exactly do I need to do? Now, aside from the actual decorations of things, making things look good, we also had to come up with areas for everything, right? So we have our area for our villagers. That was one thing that was under there that we wanted to get rid of and move to their proper place. And they're there now. It needs more decoration. It needs more fluff. It needs to look better, but they're in their spot at the very least. See, I told you, it makes it look so much more lively when they start jumping up and down. So much better than them just standing there stagnant like that. Like, ugh. But then jumping up and down is pretty cool. Anyway, the other thing would be that I need sleeping quarters. Okay, I need a place to put my bed. Now, really, we don't need anywhere. It doesn't need to be bigger. It doesn't need to be that big to put my bed in there. We could put a crafting table. I can put my crafting table. Why? How you wandered all the way back, dude? I'm gonna have to kill you. I'm just saying. But anyway, I could put my storage in here. in the building. I can put my bed in there. I can put my anvil in there. You know, I can put some of that stuff in there. But other than that, we really don't need much. We really don't need a whole lot. So it's going to be a small little area. It's going to be more like an office at a construction site. If you guys have ever been to one of those, I have. But yeah, it's going to be small. Granted, I guess construction sites don't have beds. At least I hope they don't have beds. Not the offices, anyway. Anyway, so other than that, we need a place for our machines, which we're going to have to come up with a little bit later. We don't have that yet. I'm not sure where that's going to go. But after we get everything sorted, we're going to have our villager area. We're going to have our crop area below the mountain, underneath it. And we're going to create supports and stuff. Don't worry. It's not going to be like a weird floating mountain or anything. We're going to have supports for it and stuff. Gives another option to do some buildy stuff. My biggest issue with this is that I would like something. We're going to have to change parts of the mountain to make it look like it was done like that on purpose, if that makes any sense. It's going to be weird, okay? We're going to have man-made stuff below it, man-made stuff above it, but in the middle, it's still going to be natural. And I like natural. Obviously, I like natural because I didn't even touch the terrain when I started building the villager or the market area. So I like it, but it needs to. It's hard to explain. I think it's going to look off, is my point. I think it's going to look a little bit off, but that's okay. We'll work on that later. I think for now, I think something can be done. I just need to figure out what it is. For now, I need to dig and I need to get crops in. Then I need to see about building this little corner house, and we'll see what's going on with that. Hopefully we get to all of that today. And if we're lucky, I can find either a place for my machines to go, and or we can find a place for the fishing. Since that fisherman is going to be our main source of emeralds, most likely, I want to get these guys hooked up and automated completely very, very, very soon. Very soon, at least to a limited degree. So all I have to do is like drop in carrots or something, and then everything else is done for me, or something along those lines, because I am getting bunches of carrots. I've also gone through. Here we go. I need to get these guys so we can start getting them breeding again. Hopefully, I need to see. I'm gonna have to do something to these beds and close them off so people think they can't get to them. Because I think if we did this, I think we're actually wasting carrots because they try to breed but can't. Go ahead, breed. I need to see something. I need to see. There you go. There's the hearts. That's what I'm talking about. I think we're going to see the angry particles, the failed particles. I don't know how to make these beds inaccessible if they really think they can get to them. Oh, nice. Good, good, good. It worked. I don't know what I did exactly. There's a couple things I did, okay? I broke and I replaced all the beds. And I had a bed here and I broke it. So, I don't know. I don't know if there's some kind of weird thing that says for a village, hey, if there's one accessible bed, then look for all other beds in the area and then turn it into a village or something along those lines. And maybe that's why we got the stray cat. But since I broke that one, there is no longer an accessible bed, so it doesn't count these anymore. That's my theory. Something along those lines at least. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. It seems like we got a new little baby villager in there, which is very, very, very important. So I'm going to go ahead and give these guys the rest of these carrots. Okay. We're good. It's okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything is okay. Have more carrots. Go make more babies. Anyway, so yeah, I did some stuff over here. And I made a nature seed, okay? Let me show you this real quick. It's not that difficult to make. It's actually very, very simple. It looks like it might be complicated, but we've had these for a very long time, and they've even been set up. They've even been set up. Right over here. All I did was add a button, right? And then these guys here are actually very, very easy to make. Okay, so we need prudentium, which is just inferium, and we have lots of inferium. So I can make 4 of those absolutely no problem. These guys, pretty simple. I had everything I needed in order to make 4 of them. So we're really good there as well. This guy, also very, very easy to make. Not a difficult thing at all. So I made 1 seed. I just put the ingredients around the outside, which we'll show you some of that later. And then you hit a little button that's on the side of this thing, and it turns it on, and it makes it do a thing, and it goes, and then, boom, you have a seed. So I planted that seed, and then I watered the crap out of it on top of this. I made some more of that Prudentium essence. I right-clicked on regular farmland to turn it into this. Again, we'll show you some of this later. And yeah, I watered it, and then we got a couple extra seeds. Kind of just happens. You get extra seeds, which is fantastic. I love that they do that. I love that they do that because I love getting extra seeds. You only ever have to make 1 seed. All of the everything that we have, let me go to bed. All of the everything that we have in our system over here, meaning one big thing that is so difficult to get. There are not monsters. There is a monster nearby. Hey, monster. Hey, you. Go away. Can you tell that I'm not scared of anybody anymore? Is it obvious? I think it might be obvious. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's one big aspect of mystical agriculture that usually slows things down. So I'm always looking for a seed reproducer, a way to get more and more seeds. And that's prosperity shards. Okay, we do have over 1,000, but let me tell you, these things go quick, especially if I had to make a full plot of these by myself, like without any, chance at getting more seeds. But now what I can do, unless I really, really, really need the extra seeds right away, I can make 1 seed, plant it on the proper farmland, and just let them drop themselves. Regain seeds, multiples and multiples of seeds, just from the 1. So I only ever have to make 1 of every single seed. And 1,000 Inferium Essence, or Prosperity Shards, is plenty for that. It's enough. We have enough Prosperity Shards to do all of that. I no longer have to worry about Prosperity Shards, which I have done before. Granted, we've gotten so many of them before we even started mystical agriculture. Chances are we were going to find enough by mining. We weren't going to have to worry about it. But, yeah, this guy's really driving me nuts. Also, I made a large backpack. Oh, how'd that feel? Do you really think you did any damage to me whatsoever? You took a little bit of durability away from my boots. And maybe some of these other guys, but they're still good. I still need mending. I haven't even gotten mending yet. So I can't put mending on these guys. Anyway, so you kind of get the idea. I've been doing some stuff. I got some things. I got some plans. I kind of told you what most of them were. Sort of. I'm going to get to digging. And I was going to do a time lapse. But if I'm going to do a time lapse of something like this, I would really like it to be third person. And loading up 2 instances of this just to log in my camera account is kind of resource intensive on my computer. It's actually kind of ridiculous. So it's really hard to do that for modded. And replay mod is not available for 1.15. Like they say it is, that you can record for it, but the replay editor would be disabled. Why would I record it if I can't edit it? Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get to work. I know a lot of this needs to be backed up as well. A lot of this needs to be backed up and dug out. We need to make sure when we dig through here that it all looks natural, because I want this to look like it's still naturally ascending. I don't want it to be a straight cliff here. I want it to look natural. But I also want it to be dug all out on the bottom level here. All the way around, I want it to be this level. So, I don't know. I got a lot of digging to do. I just found that I don't want to be a little premature about it, but I think it's really, really cool. Why are you sparkly? Oh, I know what that is. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, I'm going to show you what that was here in a second. But, you know, there's something just pretty cool. You can just do this, right? Something satisfying about it. But I've found something that I really like so far that's really, really cool. You see, I was looking for a way to avoid all the cobblestone because I just have so much of the stuff. It's pretty crazy, right? If we go over here, we kind of like we have 19. We have so much cobblestone. It is crazy. We don't need it all, right? And it's pretty crazy. I'm in the I have so much stuff right now. Granted, I could get rid of all the cobblestone and be fine, really. But you saw everything we gathered in the game right in the beginning fit into 20% of this thing. Just mining out that area, not even the full height, mind you. Remember I said I wanted to go 5 blocks up, but this is just 2 blocks up most places and 3 blocks up in some places. And I filled up 70%, 50%. Half of this thing is now full of all the junk that I picked up from out there. So I'm in the process of making more, and I probably can maybe make one more. I'm not sure. It depends on how much iron I have. But that's why I started looking into what can void the junk. Okay? Voiding all of the crap that comes out of when you're mining, right? You only want the good stuff. So then I started looking around, and I saw upgrade void junk. If you type in void, a lot of times you'll have like the dev null, which can get rid of stuff based on a filter, or you can have... I don't know, a few different things, like the Void Sack, I think, from Actually Editions does it. There's a few different things you can use. But they weren't in this pack. Then I saw this guy. I was like, okay, mining gadgets. I'm looking to void stuff while mining. So I gave it a shot, and I looked it up. I kind of started playing around, and I figured out that the mining gadget is pretty cool, actually, okay? So what you can do is if we go to the mining gadgets, mining... You go in here. This guy's actually not very expensive. He's not very hard at all to make. All right. And neither are the upgrades. The void one, not too bad. Okay. We have the magnet, which is really cool. I could already do that. I'm going to show you that here in a second. We actually don't have that upgrade right now, but that's okay. We can make it a 3x3, which would be really cool. I haven't done that one yet, but I'm probably going to here in a little while. We can have it place lights, which is what that little sparkly bit was. I don't know what freezing does. I'm not sure what that does. Heat sink, I don't know what that does either. I guess there's some kind of a heat thing that I haven't run into yet. I got Fortune 3 on mine. I didn't upgrade the range. I was curious on the range. I wanted to see what it was first. And then I got Efficiency 5. So what we have on ours right now is the light, the void junk, Efficiency 5, and Fortune 3. And none of these are really all that expensive. Like, that's cheap. Tier 2 adds a couple. Tier 3 adds a couple more. Tier 4 adds a couple more. And Tier 5 is nothing but redstone blocks. But that's seriously cheap considering. This guy right here is... Lapis is... You find that all over the place. So that's not a problem. Really, 2 blocks of iron, 2 blocks of gold, and then just 2 diamonds. And these guys pretty cheap. I mean, the whole concept of this is it's pretty cheap stuff, really, when you think about it. And this guy is so cool. So far, he's pretty cool. He doesn't do any attack damage, mind you. But we could theoretically get rid of this guy. Although this is Fortune 4, which is better. But I don't know. This guy's really cool. I wanted to play with him. So what you can do is you can shift. I think even it says here. Hold left shift to show upgrades. Okay. You can also shift right click to change, like if you had the size setting, if you had that upgrade, you can change the size, you can change the range. You can edit the visuals, shrink blocks, fade blocks. You can also change the colors, which is really cool. Guys, we like blue. RGB. So my usual color is something along these lines, I believe. And we're going to do something slightly different, I guess. We'll try something like that. We'll see what color the beam is with this one. Shrink blocks is pretty cool. Yeah, see? That's a pretty cool laser. I got to say that. That's a pretty cool laser. Also, what you can do with the visual... I want to see what fade blocks does. What is fade block? Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. Bloop, bloop. Okay, cool. But it's really interesting. You can't have an offhand because it'll place torches no matter what. A lot of mods don't work well with the offhand stuff. I really think they should have paid more attention when they made their mod and actually thought about it. It's been in the game for a very long time now. Every single mod that exists should prioritize that, because that is one of the most annoying things about any mod ever, is that if you have to take off your offhand in order to use it effectively. Just say it. Mods should already account for that. They really, really need to start paying attention when they're making these things. But anyway. Oh, you have Silk Touch too. I didn't even think that. Obviously, you probably can't combine the two. I don't think you can Silk Touch and Fortune something simultaneously. Unless you get more, like if I Silk Touched and Fortuned a diamond block, maybe you get like 2 or 3 diamond blocks. That'd be cool. That would be an awesome mod right there. That'd be crazy. Somehow I don't think that works that way. But you can also go in here, and of course, Fortune 3, you know what that does. Efficiency 5, you know what that does. Light Placer. I'm not exactly sure what this does, but I'm guessing if you shoot your laser into an area, it lights that up or something. Or maybe if you just go up into an area. I don't know. I placed one somehow that, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure why or what. Oh, here's a test right here. Oh, yeah, it can still. It's just silent, guys. You know how odd it is to have something like this be so silent? And the last but not least is this guy. I have blacklist. Okay, so anything in here is going to be blacklisted. I don't want those either. It's supposed to be blacklisted. Just saying. I don't really want diorite. I do want the andesite. Part of me wants the diorite and granite too, because I could get another mason that has both of these. I'm thinking for now we're going to keep them, I think. For now I want to keep them because the mason can sell these and that'll just give me more emeralds. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Okay. All right. Goodbye. Anyway, so I'm over here doing this stuff. It's just pretty cool. I mean, it's not as effective or as fast as this guy right here, especially since I can do vein mining or whatever, right? But it's still pretty cool. I'm not going to, it's pretty interesting. And I suppose I could actually add the Silk Touch into it, and then only one of them will be able to be active at a time. But I could pick and choose if I wanted Silk Touch or, I think that'd be pretty neat. Now, I think this thing, it's not using too much energy, and that's the point. This thing is instantly charged back up, which is great, which means I can use it forever, basically. But it's really, really cool. I'm liking this. And there's a light source. Yeah, you can't even mine out your own light sources. So that's actually really, really good. Granted, I guess they'd get in the way of mining a block if there was a block behind it you wanted to mine, but it's still pretty cool. I guess just as you mine, it just places light sources once it gets to a certain darkness. Like here's Fortune. Like it's still, we're getting Fortune like crazy out of this stuff, which is really, really, really cool. I don't know. I like this. And that's what Mining Gadgets actually says to you. Like in the wiki, or not the wiki, well, kind of the wiki. In the on their mod page or whatever, it says, you can use so many things. You got pickaxes, you got bores, you got drills, you got quarries. Now you can use lasers. And it's kind of what they're advertising, and it's really cool. Because lasers, granted, I think there should be a subtle hum. I don't want it to be loud, mind you, but I think just a very, very quiet hum. Like the machine has to work a little bit at least to create the laser. Completely silent, I think that's a little bit too... It makes it feel like the mod's broken. I don't think it is. I think it's just meant to be silent. I think it's one of the perks of the mod. And I just think it should be a very, very, very subtle hum. Just enough to say, yes, it is supposed to be very quiet. One of those kinds of deals. I I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Now, I'm not sure if I'll use this like for long term or anything like that, but every once in a while, I might just want to break. I might just want to use the drill. I can see myself being like, you know what? I am so tired of all the break noises. I'm so tired of everything that you have to do. You know, I'm tired of getting all the cobblestone. And we can just kind of come through and be like, bloop, 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 bloop. Just hear the plop noises of things entering our inventory. But only the things we want, not the cobblestone. Because I totally turned off the cobblestone. Hey, buddy. Weep. Goodbye. Anyway, you get the idea. I just wanted to bring in a little bit for that because we have a few subtle light sources here, which is really cool, actually. I really like that. That's pretty neat. I really like those light sources, too. They're just little tiny sparkles. My only criticism with those sparkles is that they're the same as certain other things, so it could throw you off if you're in certain areas. Like the sparkles that come off of villagers or something. If there was a light source right beside me, like, oh, the villager just... Oh, no, he didn't. Just a light source. You know, it could be a little weird sometimes, I guess. But overall, it's really not that bad. And I really do like them. They're pretty cool. And I also applaud the mod author for reusing textures. It makes the game load faster, and it makes your mod way less intensive. A lot of people are like, oh, I want my own pretty sprites and images to use. But this is reusing something that's existing in vanilla Minecraft. I'm pretty sure this is vanilla Minecraft stuff. I don't think the mod added that. I'm pretty sure that's vanilla. But it's pretty cool. I like the way they did that. It's really, really neat. The laser is maybe perhaps different. That's probably custom texture, though I don't think there's anything in the game that could be anything close to this, so can't really fault them for that. It's meant to be a laser. It should look like a laser. But you get the idea. So far, I have very little bad to say about the mod and so much good about the mod to say. So it's pretty cool. It's a very, very nice little thing. And I applaud them. I applaud the mod authors of these. This is not a mod I will ever hate, I don't think. Oh, there's the Minecraft music. I decided to turn the Minecraft music on because I don't necessarily have a problem with the silence. Granted, I talk a lot, so there's not much silence to go around. But I think it'd be good to have a little bit of background music just every once in a while. And Minecraft does a decent job with their music in not making it annoying. You know, it's typically not annoying. It's not maybe not something you like, but it's not terrible. Hey, did I tell you to do that? No, that's the only downfall of actually getting rid of all the trash blocks. Water, drowning. Can't breathe. Can I have my game back, please? Thank you. Sheesh. I got to come up here and actually plug these holes because that's definitely something that's unfortunate. Boop. Nope. Boop. Okay. There we go. But yeah, I got to get rid of a lot of water for sure. But anyway, I wanted to show this to you. I'm not sure what I'm going to use and when I'm going to use it and how I'm going to use it or anything like that. But I was looking for a way to get rid of the trash blocks, and I did. It's not as fast. I haven't actually tried to vein mine with this thing yet. Why is there always a monster nearby? Go away. Sheesh. I need to light up the area directly around this bed just so I can make sure I can go to sleep whenever I need to. It's kind of irritating. I'm doubting vein miner works with this guy. Seriously. It uses a completely different everything for it. Who shot at me? Stupid. Hey, guys. Wow, there's a lot of baddies over here. Hey, guy. Okay, are we done now? Are you done? Okay, let's try vein miner. No, I didn't think it would work. It's always single block. I could get the 3x3 though. Granted, that would be a little difficult to use because if I did this on the side of a block with the 3x3, then it would mine up too, which granted right now is not a bad thing because this is only layer 4 and we want to go to 5. So that'd be fine and it'd be okay and pretty easy to use actually if I were to do a 3x3. But in certain cases, it would dig what you didn't want it to dig. Though if it's only a mining gadget, it'd be fine, really. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those deals. I do need to go up 5 blocks everywhere. I need to patch things up, and it totally looks like a mining expedition right now. It totally looks dirty and cruddy and not very great. I do have an idea on how to make this underside and everything else look better, but it's going to take a while. I need some supplies, and I saw something from one of Scar's videos that I absolutely loved. I think the way he did a particular cliffside was actually really, really neat, and I think it's going to work out well for us. And I just need to... There's a lot of work that needs to be done if I'm going to do that, especially with how big this area is. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I also went further over than I meant to, because I didn't mean to go all the way over here. I meant to actually cut it like right here and just go underneath this. But I went all the way over here, and I don't know if I want to fill it back in or what. But right now we have a huge area, and we're not even done yet, mind you. We've gotten all the way to here, but I actually want to go all the way over here as well and just clear out the total underside. So when you see from down here, you can see all the way through, all the way around. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And that's one reason a 3x3 actually probably would be pretty good. It's just because it'd probably be a lot easier. You stupid little kid. Ow. What just hit me? Somebody else shoot me? I suffocate myself? What was going on? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep doing some stuff. I think it's going to be pretty cool because voiding out everything is going to be really, really nice. I'm going to be able to get a lot of this stuff. And I will have to come back here to drop things off less often, which means I dig faster and things will get done much, much faster. So that's really, really cool. And I shouldn't even need torches, really. In theory, I won't need torches either. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish doing this. I need to go mining for some more iron. I think I might have enough, but it's kind of close. Kind of close. I kind of want to get some more just in case. But yeah, I'm going to get back to work now. It's official. I friggin' love this thing. This thing is absolutely crazy awesome. I've mined out... where was I before? Like here to here. And probably a fifth of the time it took me to mine all of that out. So it's about... I don't know. It's probably about this. Maybe it's not quite as much, really, just because that is pretty far. That is a lot further down. But as you can see, there's a lot more holes in the ceiling and everything, and in the floor. And over here, everything's so smooth. There's no holes, at least not many. There's a couple. But there's mostly no holes, and everything's so clean and fresh, and you have the sparklies and everything. That's because I did go ahead and get the upgrade of the 3x3. And all I gotta do is just kind of like do this. It mines things out so quickly. I also went down to the mines, and this thing is awesome. I love this thing. Now, it may not be quite as... It may not mine quite as fast as like the vein miner or the excavate, but I do have to say I still like it better. One, it still has fortune on it. This does not. But this avoids all the ores, so I have to vein mine all the stone and then go back with my pickaxe. Granted, this is a fortune 4, not a fortune 3, but I think I'm okay with a fortune 3 instead of a fortune 4. It's not that much of a difference, and... we're still going to get a whole lot of stuff. And it also places light sources. Here, you see all the sparklies? You know how long it took me to go back behind this, push F7, and like fly around, and I probably still missed some stuff. So far, this guy hasn't missed anything. And I can almost choose when or like where to put the light source. Like you can't just say, hey, create light source there. But if you just do this into darkness... Even if you're not close enough to mine anything, if where the laser ends is in darkness, it'll still put one of these little sparkly things in it. It's just absolutely amazing. And it does it right in the middle of mining. Like you'll see it do it here in just probably a second or two. It's going to get dark enough here in the middle of this place to go. There it goes. I didn't even notice it place it. It just did it for me. No, I mean, yeah, it uses power and everything. But so far, I've done all of this, and it's hasn't even taken half the battery away. So even with our small amount of power generation and all of these upgrades, we're still easily able to mine huge amounts of everything. I mean, granted, our power generation isn't really that small, but it's still, I mean, it's definitely not huge, right? It's not crazy amazing or anything like that. It's just, it's pretty awesome. I'm really, really liking this thing. Mining gadgets is very quickly becoming one of my favorite mining tools. It might even be taking the place of the atomic disassembler. The atomic disassembler may just be taking second place. This might be what I go for first in my mod packs from here on out instead of the atomic disassembler. This might be the one, guys. Seriously, this is awesome. This is just fantastic. It also makes me think maybe I should go for the hammer whenever we have tinkers, right? Maybe tinkers is a thing. I've been collecting the dirt. I'm gonna have to replace all the ground in here with dirt at some point. We're gonna need the dirt, I think. But the cobblestone, I'm still voiding all of that out. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty good, guys. I think this is a really good thing. But I think maybe the hammer from Tinkers. Anytime we're using Tinkers, I think maybe the hammer. Maybe this is telling me the hammer is actually the way to go, because I usually don't get the hammer. You know? I don't know. But this is pretty crazy. Anyway, I wanted to show this to you just so you could actually see it in action. Just to see how quickly we're actually going through all of this stone. Voiding all of the cobblestone, mind you. Like I said, I have to go back and deposit stuff into my actual inventory, my storage system back there. I have to go back and do that very, very infrequently. I've had to do it no times. I've had to do it not once since I've mined all of this out. The other time when I had all the cobblestone in my inventory, even if I were to throw it all away, it would have taken a huge amount more time. And well, I guess I could have done the shift delete thing on it, but that's fine. Still, oh man, it was crazy. Okay, I went back so many times. That's why you have so much cobblestone in there, because I didn't delete it all. But anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and finish this stuff up, I think. Oh, wait, that's the other thing. If you just click a little bit, it actually makes the blocks transparent for a second. Or, I mean, if it's dirt, I guess it goes through really quick, but like stone and stuff. So, for example, if there's lava on the ceiling, or above the ceiling, you can go like this to see exactly where the lava is. You'd be like, bloop. Oh, it's in this block. Okay. You know, I mean, granted, you have the drips telling you exactly which blocks, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you can, it's really, really, really handy. It's pretty cool, too. I like the fading nature of it. It's really, really neat. And look, we're breaking through the other side already. I don't know. Wait, how far? I think I'm, oh yeah, that's about as far as I want to go. I don't want to, well, how big is this? This is not that big. We could include that. I'll include that later. Right now, we're not going to worry about that so much. But yeah, we're pretty much, we're almost good to go. We're going to call this, probably just separate it a little bit here. Just give it a little bit of separation. Break it. And then we'll probably call that good and just continue on. Now, I still need to go up a few more blocks. Like I said, I want to go up 5, and that'll be a little more difficult with this guy, to be honest. I mean, it just will be, because we have to aim specifically how to do that. We have to be sure we're aiming at the bottom of the block, and I don't know if I'm going to use this guy or if I'm going to use the atomic disassembler, but that's what, like I said, this guy might be my favorite. Atomic disassembler is still up there. It's still pretty good for precision. You can change its mode. It still uses energy, so you don't have to worry about durability or anything. Bloop. And the only reason that took as long as that did is because there's obsidian in it. But it's still very, very cool, guys. Very, very cool. We're going to have to replace it with dirt anyway, right? So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working. I just really wanted to show you guys this stuff because it's really freaking cool. I'm loving this thing so far. You know, I know I keep showing you things about this mining gadget. I keep getting impressed, okay? I thought the range upgrades were just kind of going to be like, I mean, it's cool, but it's not going to really do all that much. But no, one of the issues that I was going to have was actually the ceiling because of the angle, right? If I mine too much, then I'm going to accidentally dig out the ceiling with this guy. So maybe it's better if I use this or something, but the range upgrades actually come to the rescue with this. Why is it always nighttime when I decide to start recording? I'm telling you, this is crazy. But, oh, my knowledge of death increased by 3. Okay, that's cool. I'm working on the knowledge of death stuff, and I don't know, like, these guys are not enchanted, or they don't have a soul or something. I kind of took... Why am I bouncing off? That's weird. Like, I was trying to back up, and I was just, like, bouncing forward. That was weird. Anyway, whatever. But no, I was talking about the axe. I was going to try to remove the enchantments, combine it with the sword. I'm still thinking about doing that because of the looting and the sword, and the sword can get sweeping edge is the big idea behind that, which is going to help tremendously with a lot of things. Okay, that's why I would really like to get the sharpness 10 and the looting 5 on it, or looting. Yeah, I think it's looting 5 that the axe has. So it's trying to make a really, really good mob farm sword, basically, because we're going to have a few of those at some point. We already have one with the Enderman. So even though the damage would be a lot less, you do a lot more damage to a lot of things all at once, rather than the axe, which does probably more damage, but it only does it to a single mob, and it's very, very slow. So the sword would be faster, which there's actually a faster attack enchant too that I might be able to add to it as well. So I might even be able to like rapid swing and get sweeping edge and sharpness and looting, like all of it. It could be very, very, very handy. It may even turn out to be better than this guy, depending on what I can get on it. But anyway, that's why I'm trying to do that. But this guy right here, in order to do the stuff, the whole click on a grave soul or whatever, is you have to find a grave with a soul in it. Now, when I was adventuring, I didn't see any of them. So I'm thinking you have to craft them. So maybe, and I saw something about a time, there's like an average time to get a soul or something like that. So I'm thinking if you place the grave down and wait long enough, maybe eventually it'll find one, or one will find it. My question is, I'm not sure if it needs to be enchanted or engraved. It might need to be engraved, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. I'm playing with it like this for now. I'm just going to leave it there. We're going to see what happens. If you know the answer, by all means, let me know what it is, because I have no idea, but I'm just trying to figure stuff out. But anyway, what I was talking about was this guy, and it's a range upgrade that I just put on this thing. So now we have range tier 3, but the issue is, like I was saying, if I'm right here and I'm mining out, it's very easy to accidentally go higher and be like, oh, darn it, I just mined out the ceiling. Now I got to worry about fixing it and be like, da-da-da-da, whatever, and that guy needs to go away. Bloop. And you can just punch them out, by the way. Some mods actually don't let you do that. But anyway, but what I can do with this is it makes it so I don't even have to move, so I don't have to worry about this and falling into the hole. Because I can go right here and just go boop, 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 boop. Like all the way down the line. We have so many of them. If you aim it right. Sometimes you still mess up, I guess. But you can literally like just go right down the line. With this thing as it is, when I'm trying to explain it, I don't know how to explain it in a way. When you're up close, you have to move the mouse a lot more to go to the next block, right? Which means it's very likely that once this one's gone, you're aiming at the block above it. And if you don't let go of the mouse soon enough, then you're going to dig a hole in the ceiling, which is not what we want. Now, it's not that big of a deal, but the more efficient you can be, the less holes you have to fix, and the sooner everything gets done. But when you're a little bit further away, the amount you have to move the mouse changes so slowly that you can just guide it down slowly and literally break everything as you need to. And especially with the marble and stuff, when it's like this, you can just move the mouse really, really, really slowly. So you avoid having to worry about the whole, I'm going to accidentally break a hole in the roof thing. You can just, and I don't know if I saw the hole. I didn't know if I was going to hit it or not. And you can just kind of do this very, very, very slowly, especially with this range upgrade. It's ridiculous just how crazy this thing is. It's really, really cool. I'm really loving this thing. I do need to worry about the water though. There's a lot of water up here. I need to settle. I've been taking care of it level by level, but it's becoming a bit of a nuisance really. But that's okay. There shouldn't be too much of it left actually. We're gonna hit that next one anyway. But yeah, it's just it's a pretty interesting little thing really. Speaking of, all right, here we go. But see, there's a bit of water over here I got to deal with. There's not a whole lot, I guess. Just these two little ponds. I could probably take care of these pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. This mining gadget is so awesome. I'm really, 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 really liking it. It's definitely number one on my mining tools. It's not good for precision though. I mean, it could be if you took off the range, because it's very easy to change the range back to 1x1, and bam, okay, now you can do whatever you want. You know, so it's pretty good for a lot of situations, really. But I don't know. This guy still has. It's been number one for a very, very long time. It's not going to be happy going down to number 2, but it's already at number 2. I really like the mining gadget thing. I really, really do. But anyway, I just wanted to show you another neat little feature of my new number 1 favorite mining tool. Because, you know, it's cool. It's really, really, really cool. Anyway. Back to the work. Back to the grind or whatever. Can you go away, water? Because I need to get back to work. Thank you. This part is done. That part is finally done. For the most part, anyway. There are a couple areas I still need to smooth out, such as this area. I need to break down some of the trees, open up the, yep, I got some floating stuff around me. Open up this hole a little better, kind of make it a little more uniform, I guess. I don't mind gigantic holes being in the ceiling or whatever. We can work with that. We can make it some kind of a feature of the floating island. Right now it's floating. It won't be floating forever. But I just want it to not look so sporadic and so much like a creeper just blew a hole into stuff. But the problem is that everything looks so bad right now, right? The ceiling is pretty crappy. There's a lot of holes in it. There's a lot of dirt that shouldn't be dirt. There's a lot of granite. I don't want granite. There's a lot of other stuff in here. And the same with the floor. The floor should be just about all grass. And we're going to make it all grass to start, and we'll change it out later. Then we need to reshape the island. There's a part of the island, because right now it looks like somebody took out the bottom 5 layers. I need to make it so it looks like it was floating originally. And again, it's not always going to look like it's floating. We're going to have like decorative pillars and stuff here, but we need to shape the island as if it was floating to explain why people built pillars on them or something. I don't know. We're just going to make it look cool. And I gotta work on that. It's going to take a little bit. Well, no, it's going to take a lot of time. Just to clarify, this is going to take a huge amount of time. I have been using this guy here to kind of clear out some stuff. But what I'm going to do is kind of dig a perimeter around everything. And that way I know the exact shape of stuff that should be dirt. And I know exactly what's going to happen too. I'm going to finish this particular project. And then all the mods 5 is going to get updated again. And that's when they're going to add in some kind of exchanger. Because right now we don't have an exchanger. Typed in exchange and nothing shows up. I changed in like swap for like the swapping wand. We get a swamp, but no swap. Alter. I don't know what else we could try to look for. Change. There are like things like this, but they're not block changers. They're, wand. I mean, we have wands, but nothing that does what I need it to. Nothing that swaps blocks. I wish I knew if there was something, because then I would look for it. I would grind it out and I'd get it because it'd be a lot easier to use one of those. But I don't want to artificially add things to the pack that the mod pack author has not added. I would rather not do that kind of a thing. So I don't know. It should be okay. I'm just going to go ahead and dig out the border here. And it doesn't have to be perfect right now. I've turned on Silk Touch. So that way we get these guys. I can always do the fortune later. And we're going to need the stone here to replace a lot of the holes in the ceiling, a lot of the dirt that's in the ceiling. We're not going to do the holes or any of the ceiling stuff, like patch the holes or change the materials or anything like that. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to reshape the island first because we're just going to remove portions of the ceiling anyway. So if we were to actually do, the filling of the ceiling, then we'd just be undoing some of the work we've already done. So it's just kind of pointless, really. But I'm going to go around and just kind of build the border of all the areas that need to turn into grass. And that way it's a lot easier to see the inside. And then I can remove all of the, I don't even have to do this part because it's already grass. Then all I have to do is just kind of remove the inside all at one time and then fill in the inside all at one time. It'll be a lot easier that way, I think. But what we're going to do here, but since, it's fairly easy to see like where dirt's going to go, like what stone needs to be removed now. But my worry is that if I dig out the entire center now, then I'm not going to know exactly where in certain cases I'm going to need to place stuff. But like this is already bordered in grass. Like all that's already good. All that right there is good. The border is almost completely done already. It's just stuff like over here that I worry about. If I remove that, I won't know exactly where to put dirt back down. Now, it's not that specific. It's not that big of a worry. Like over here would be a big difference. It's not that big of a deal if we get it a little bit wrong, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I guess you could say. I like to be exact. Can you give me my game back? I don't know why it does that so much. It's such a pain. But anyway, I'm going to get to work on this. And once we reshape, once I get ready to reshape the island, I'll bring it back and I'll show you a little bit about what I'm talking about as far as that stuff is concerned. And here we are. Check it out. This place looks a little weird, actually, when it's just bordered like this. It's kind of crazy. This guy only has a tree capitator axe. I already bought one of those. Thing is, he's got some dyes and stuff, but I don't need the dyes that badly. I have plenty of red dye. I can get the yellow dye. Black is just like squid or something, so we're fine there. Coral, I know where a few coral reefs are. So we really don't need much of this. This was the best one, and I already bought them once. Certainly don't need it twice unless I actually can combine them to get like efficiency 20 or something. But I'm seriously doubting that's a thing. I actually think if you try to combine them down into in an anvil, it'll actually reduce it down to efficiency 4 or efficiency 5 probably, because that's the max that an anvil can give you. If we had a different anvil, a modded one, then maybe it might work that way, but I don't know, probably not. Anyway, sorry, dude. Oh, you guys, man, you guys. Anyway, so this is what the under area looks like when it's all dug out. And I'm telling you, it looks really cool. Not to the point where I'm going to leave it this way or anything. Just not necessarily, I don't know. Cool is an accurate thing, I suppose. Like impressive. Like I didn't expect it to be like this. I didn't know what I expected. But anyway, all I really got to do now is just fill it in with dirt and grass, and everything else will be good. I'm going to fill in all the holes and everything with grass, or dirt mainly. The grass is going to fill itself in over time. I am going to put some grass in, mainly near the center-ish, like in certain spots. Like I'll put some in the middle here, maybe some here, a little over there, a little over there. Basically just little tiny nodes of it everywhere. And what that will do is it will actually facilitate grass growth. because it'll be growing from 2 different angles and 2 different sides. And see, this stuff is spreading. This stuff will spread pretty quickly. Once we fill in all the gaps and everything, that'll help out a lot. The outside being mostly grass is really going to help out as well. It was another reason for actually bordering everything in dirt like this. So that way some of the grass would at least have a chance to get all the way around the outside, and it would help a lot with the growth afterwards. Though I could come back with a watering can and like speed it up really, really, really quickly. And I might do that a little bit in certain areas, but we're not going to do it for the whole thing. It would just take too long. Well, it would take a lot less time than the time I've already spent now, just because I've spent so much time on this particular project. It is kind of crazy. That's not at all what I wanted. Go away. It's because things are floating around me, so they're going to be popping into my inventory pretty quickly. But yeah, so, I mean, really, so much time has gone into this. But I'm not stopping because I'm really eager to see if I'm able to make it look like what I want it to look like. You know, a lot of these other Minecrafters and stuff that do, they have your series and stuff on YouTube. They're like, I'm going to make it look like this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do, and it doesn't look very impressive right off the bat, and it doesn't look like you think it's going to look right away. And it's kind of interesting, really. You go down there because I don't need you right now. It's kind of interesting because you see your builds kind of turn out that way. And sometimes you're just like, okay, this is not turning out the way I want it to. So I'm going to either start over or I'm going to go on to the next thing. And I've done that before in the past, but what it's the concept that's hard to grasp is it's never going to look good. It's never going to look like what you want it to until it's done. When it's lacking so much detail. Right now, this looks like crap. Just straight up, it's ugly. Okay, but hopefully, the image that's in my head, I can see this turning into the fantastic image that's in my head. I can see it turning into that. I can see it getting there. So that's kind of what keeps me going, really, is knowing, well, not knowing for sure, really. You never know for sure, but having the hope that it is actually going to turn into what I want it to turn into. Knowing that it can, if I do it right, and hoping that I have the ability to turn it into what it should look like. But I don't know. Hopefully, we'll just have to see if I can actually do what I want to do with this stuff. But yeah, I just wanted you to see what it was like before I start doing anything else. The next step is to reshape the island, and what we're going to do with the island is kind of curve it. Right? It looks flat. It looks like it was supposed to be attached at one time to the ground because of how flat it is on the bottom. But if we were to round the corners a little bit and just kind of give it a little bit of shape and body on the bottom. And this is very, very limited, mind you. Very, very limited on the shape and everything. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen. But just kind of round it out a little bit. It kind of makes it look like maybe it wasn't supposed to be attached to the ground. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe, and it's like, okay, maybe that didn't used to be attached to the ground. Maybe it's something that could have been there before. And that's kind of what we want to do. We want to separate this island from the ground, both physically and conceptually. It needs to not only look like it's separate from the ground like it does, but it needs to feel like it should have been. And that's what we're going to be working on next. Hopefully I have enough room to do so. We got our villages right here. We have a lot of villagers, by the way. We're getting these guys. I've fed these guys so much food. I've been emptying this guy out over here several times because it keeps filling up. So the crops keep piling on the ground. I'll fly by and I'll pick some stuff up and like, oh man, well, I guess I need to go and put things away. And I'll go over here and I'll be like, okay, boop, 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 and I'll drop stuff off. Like, okay, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. I don't need those anymore. And then I'll go in here and look, carrots. 500 carrots. Last time I went and dropped a batch of carrots off, they didn't even pick them all up because their inventories were already full. So that's kind of a thing. Give me you. I missed one. When I went around to get the ores, I missed one. But anyway, you see what I'm doing? I just need to fill in all the holes and fill in the top layer, or in this layer right here. You know, I need to fill that layer in. I don't know if we have a builder's wand. If we have some kind of a builder's wand, it'd be nice. Oh! No, okay. This is a railroad builder. Gadget. There was a building gadget. Not the mining gadget. There was a building one. Gadget? Yeah, okay, it was the only one. There was it looked like that. What did I type in? Builder, right? Build something? It looked like these guys. It was a building gadget. It was a thing you could use to not only build like with a builder's wand, but actually replace blocks too. It was another thing that I if I had thought about it, I would have searched for it before I started doing everything by hand like I was. But part of me is bummed that it doesn't exist. The other part of me is glad that I didn't just waste time doing it the way I did it because, you know, it's not there. I forget what mods that's. I think it's actually gadgets or building gadgets or something. Like this is mining gadget. There's a building gadget. I don't know if it's from the same person. If it is, it makes sense because I really like the building gadget too. But yeah, I don't think we have any kind of a builder wand. I could do some creative stuff perhaps with RF tools. I mean, I might be able to make that work. Possibly. I might give it a shot. Maybe. I might see what this does, but I'm pretty sure this is just... I'm curious about this, really. Useful railroads. I want to see what that's like. But I might try to do this with some kind of a pattern or a shape card and do some building with it. Because there's ways it might work, possibly. I might be able to get it to work in small batches. I might be able to get that to work. I'm not sure if I want to or not. I might give it a shot just because it's a change of pace. It'll give me something else to do rather than just sit here and start building. But I'm going to fill in all these holes first because I don't want any holes underneath its top layer or whatever. I don't want to, you know, break a block and see a big hole or anything. That's not really what I'm eager to see. So I'm going to fill in the holes. I'll probably mess with the builder just a little bit to see if I think it's possible. If it works, I can show you how. But yeah, the builder is something I frequently use in series because it is just that amazing. I love the builder. There's a lot of mods that I love, and there's a lot of mods I really don't love. But either way, it doesn't really matter too much. Let me go ahead and get this stuff going, do a little bit of research, figure some stuff out, and you come with me. Thank you. And yeah, we'll see what I get up to and how long I can stay, you know, doing this before I go crazy. We're going to find out how long it takes Xogue to go crazy. This is the thing that's going to find, we're going to find the answer to this. And by the sounds of it, it's already starting to happen, so it won't be too much longer. Something happened. We have to pause everything because I need to see how this works. Now, before we do this, actually, let me show you this. In here, I don't know how to gain points. I know doing what I'm about to do works, but we're going to extract 2 enchantments because that's our thing. We got 1 point from something. I don't know what. It actually says somewhere how to get points in the compendium or something. Knowledge of Death. This, the Ankh of Prey on Gray. Actually, maybe I can get to another level if I did that a couple times. Completing the advancements. Maybe I can complete a couple more. By enchanting items with decorative graves. I'm about to do that. By releasing a soul from a soul receptacle. The knowledge of death also increases the minimum time without sleeping for phantoms to spawn. Near player by 10% for each. Oh, sure. All right. Whatevs. Anyway. So I want to look at the Ankh of Prey and the achievements. Or advancements. Achievements. Advance. This stuff. So if we do some of these, I guess we will also get some of that stuff. A time for misadventure. You created a fishing rod of misadventure. Okay, so let's see the fishing rod. You'll see why I'm going to do this here in a second. No. Aha! Oh, you have to enchant this. Well, no. Well, I don't need to enchant it, really. Do I have the dead bush things? No. Can I make them? You can't. How does that work? What are they? Presages unlucky fishing. Right click on a grave soul to enchant. I don't know what... How do we get these things? Dead bushes. Maybe you can't craft them in this. Maybe you have to go find them. Alright, let me show you what I want to do real quick. Then I'm going to see if I can't upgrade my thing. Look, there's a little circle-y thingy floating over it. Which, by the way, is a very, very cool orb-looking thing. That's very neat. I like that, actually. That's pretty cool. But it looks like we have one. So theoretically, if we follow what this thing says, right-click on a grave soul with an enchanted item in your offhand. This is the guy we want to disenchant. Because we would like to have looting 5 and sharpness 10 on our sword. We already have mending and unbreaking 5. We don't need the unbreaking or the mending here. We want the sharpness and the looting. The problem is, it doesn't seem, I'm doubting, like you're going to be able to choose what enchantments you get. So I guess we could try to buy another one from the Wandering Trader. We're going to get more. Like, that's going to be a thing we're going to do. We're going to get more, period. But I don't know. I guess we could just try it. All right, let's... Boop, we did it. Okay. So we just got sharpness 10, perfect, and mending. Okay. And looting 5, and this is still here. All right. And now the soul's gone. So we didn't lose the item, though. And we did get sharpness 10. So now the question is, can we apply sharpness 10 to the sword using a regular anvil? Will it work? Oh, it will. Oh, guys, that is awesome, actually. 36 levels to do it, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not using the levels right now anyway. We will eventually use experience to heal things, but eventually we're going to have like a mob farm and everything just pouring experience into like one of the little crystals or something. We're not going to have a problem with experience. So I guess we could go ahead and do this now. Now we're only at 27, but we'll have a little bit of time to do that for the what was it? Looting 5 or something? It'd be crazy, guys. Yeah, it's only 12.5 damage. The axe was 14. It's like 14.5. So we already knew axes do more damage. Axes always do more damage than swords. If you didn't know that, then there's your information. But axes cannot get sweeping edge. And that's why, they are a single target thing. If you're, killing bosses, it's actually better to use an axe in PvP. In like, what do they call them? UHCs. It's better to use an axe. Or if you're going up against and you want to melee the Ender Dragon or you want to kill a Wither, it's better to have an axe with Smite 5 rather than a sword with Smite 5 because it's just one target. That and they're also slower. So I guess speed is also a thing. People like speed too, which I do as well. I generally don't like waiting for an axe to recharge personally. So I'll tend to go with a sword even though an axe is technically stronger. But it is what it is. Anyway, so we're going to wait a little while. The theory is that this guy will eventually get another soul. And then we can take that book. I guess we'll have to make another book. And we will use it again on the bone splitter here. And we will eventually get the other book we wanted. And then we can look for Sweeping Edge and put it on it. Hopefully it's not like too expensive. Like mending, I don't know. 2, yeah, see level 2 for that. So it's not actually, the only reason it costed so much was just because of the enchant. Now, it still might be too expensive to put looting 5 on it, and then sweeping edge 3, we might be pushing it, but it's worth a shot at least. I'd really like to see that happen. But anyway, we got those here. We also have a bunch of other enchanted books in here too. I went through and I got a lot. Oh wait. I didn't get you guys. Loyalty and Outlaw. Where did you guys come from? These are, okay, we have 2 mending books. This one, okay, this one, yes. This says broken. I'm not sure if it's actually broken or not. I did have indestructible on this. I don't know if my durability ever went down past where it was or not. So I kind of got it just in case. And even if it is broken now, it doesn't mean it will be broken forever. So having it now would be a good thing. Detonation, I never got. Some of these I can just take out and use like that. I don't care about that. Step height, apparently that can only go on pants. Sharpness 4. Silk Touch, Nature's Men. That was an interesting one I'd like to see. I don't know, because that uses Aura, which is, from Nature's Aura, the mod or something. I don't know how easy it is to get that. This one I did not buy, but it's awesome. Apparently, that's really, really good. We could have put that on the axe and been crazy. We could also put that on the sword if we have enough. Vorpal, I got this one because there is actually an advancement for that. Soul Stealer 1, that I found. I got that out of the fishing thing. So I didn't get it. If I had gotten a villager that sold it, I'd have gotten him and just replaced him later if we got a better Soul Stealer. Block Reach, I got Efficiency 5. That was really, really good. That was a pretty good deal. It was only like 22 emeralds, I think, for this, which is ridiculous. Pretty good. This one I got as well. So we got a lot of these guys in villager form, but not all of them. Anyway, I was going to go ahead and do... Oh, I saw my mossy little waystone thing here, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a creeper. And I was like, oh, don't blow up. But no, just a mossy thing. I was going to go and get the builder. Wow, guy, really? How's it going? I will kill you. Where's your leader, dude? He didn't somehow make it up top, did he? No? Good. Glad to hear it. But I like how they spin in circles when I can't see them, or when they can't see me when we break out line of sight. But then I look at them and they just all stop and turn at me like, ruh, 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 ruh. But anyway, where's your boss at, guys? I don't know where your boss dude is. We were going to look into using the builder to fill this all in with dirt in order to let the grass grow. Why are you there? Hold on. See if I can do this. I'm curious. I'm trying to, like, if I had the zoom of... I can't really go lower than that, though. Unless I guess I could fly up and do it. Wait, let's do the hover mode. Ugh. They can still get out. Because I need to have line of sight to these blocks in order to drop them down. But I guess it'll be a little harder for them to get out, theoretically. This is not required, mind you. I'm not like that terrified of them or anything. I'm just trying to find out a way to... Oh, there they go. I was just trying to trick them and get them trapped because I thought it would be funny. Oh, these guys are funny. Anyway. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Get out of there. I missed a spot. Missed a spot. Okay. Anyway, yeah. That was cool. Anyway, so yeah, I was going to use the builder to fill this in, but it would require a lot of configuring. It would also require a lot of power that we don't really have. I'm using it in another series, my MC Eternal series. I'm doing some pretty heavy duty stuff with the builder builder thing, and it requires a lot of power to do some of these actions, especially placing blocks. So, oh, hello, creeper. Sheesh. It requires a lot of power. It's not really something that is easy to manage, really. It'd probably be better, even if it did take for a while, it's probably just better to go ahead and do this dirt situation. Really, game? Come on now. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of a thing. That's kind of a thing. All right, let's go ahead in my backpack. I didn't tell you I crafted this guy. Large backpack. This guy's actually really cheap. Wool, leather. Wool, leather. Wool, leather, and string. Pretty cheap, guys. 24 wool, leather, 1 piece of string. And you can have the biggest backpack, and this thing is gigantic. It's really, really cool. We also have a filter mode, which is really cool. I didn't realize that. And we can also sort it. We have these guys right here. Sort inventory. Got some pretty nice features. Some of those features are cork features, the new mod that was added in the recent update. I'm really excited to see a lot of the updates that come out because it's kind of exciting just being like, okay, we got updates coming, blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, oh, there's an update. Oh, what mod is added? And then you see what mod is added, and you're like, yes, I've been waiting for such and such, whatever it is. As soon as something is added with a magnet, I'm like, yes, finally, great. Although the magnet I didn't tell you that either. I got the magnetic enchantment. I got magnetic 1 or magnet 1, I think, on a villager. So I bought 4 of them, combined it up into magnet 3, and put them on my boots. But it's really, really, really cool. This is actually a super ranged thing. Like, it's got so much range, it's ridiculous. I'm sure you've seen some of it actually working. But that's what's drawing the items and experience into me. Is that enchantment. It's a very, very powerful enchantment. I don't know what mod adds it, though. I don't think it says. Does it say? I don't think it says what mod actually adds it. Oh, Cyclic does. Yeah, it does. Thank you, Cyclic. Because Cyclic is just awesome. But there's also a lot of things that add enchantments into the game, and they are so hard to get. You guys know, well, some of you at least know how you can cycle through villagers to get whatever enchant you want. But in vanilla Minecraft, there's only, 20 enchantments or whatever there are, however many there are. But in modded, there are so many mods that add enchantments to the game, and not just like a handful. Not just 1 or 2, but like a whole bunch. And it's not a rare thing. Granted, every mod doesn't do it, but many of them do. So you'll say, we have like 175 mods, 180, 190 mods, maybe even now, in this particular mod pack. And I don't know, maybe 50 of them will add enchantments. Ballpark. And maybe on average, some of them will add only 1 or 2. Some will add like 5 or 6. So we'll say on average they add 2 or 3. So that 20 or whatever you get from vanilla Minecraft instantly shoots up to like 70. And maybe we'll just say, I'm over exaggerating. We'll say I'm off. My math is off. Even if it just adds another 20, that's still a lot. It still doubles or halves your chance of getting any particular enchantment that you're looking for. So it's really, really, really difficult. That, along with certain enchantments, they're like weighted differently, so they're really, really hard to get. Think mending in vanilla Minecraft. How long does it really take to get a mending? Sometimes you get lucky, you get it really quick. But sometimes you are literally searching for it for hours or like 10 Minecraft days, going through day after day after day, just breaking and replacing that stand to get a mending book for a decent price. And it can be pretty crazy sometimes. It's pretty nuts. And then you add in a whole bunch. Magnet was one of those. It took so long to get that particular enchantment. It was ridiculous. It's really, really crazy. this is unfortunate because I want to like light up, add lights, but you can't, like, I don't know. It's adding lights to this is weird because you can't just say, hey, add a light. It's got to decide on its own to add a light. Now, it is very handy, and a lot of times you can say, okay, that's good, add a light. But sometimes it just doesn't detect, all of this. It should have added a light a long time ago to any one of these spots. But it's like not. I don't know why. It just decides to not add a light. I think it might be proximity to other lights. Like it doesn't realize that these don't cast a big enough light down here or something. I don't know. It's just weird how it does it sometimes. But whatever. We're going to have to deal with that. We'll use regular old, torches or something later if we need to. It's just unfortunate that you can't like choose. It's an upgrade. I upgraded this thing on purpose to use, to be able to place light sources down, but you're not letting me choose when it happens. Don't get me wrong. I love the mod. I think it's still fantastic. Because think of what pickaxe actually gives you a light source. Not many mods actually add that feature in. Granted, when they do, it's usually a right click. And in this case, the right click is actually to mine. But I can't like punch, right? I can't punch to add in a light source, which is unfortunate. So, I don't know. This is one of those deals. If we had tinkers, I would make like an electrum something that would automatically add light sources. I think that's what I'm doing in my other series, my MC Eternal series. It's really cool. It adds a little light dot on the ground or whatever. Anytime it gets too dark. Anytime it's dark enough for mobs to spawn, it'll lay a light down. And it just costs 1 durability point, which you can easily repair in Tinkers. So it's really, really cool. It's my favorite light source. I'd like those instead of torches. But in this case, I don't know. It's one of those deals, I guess. All right, so that's how far we've gotten just then, right? And that's just me, little bit of talking, right? And granted, it's not that far. Agreed, it is not that far. But with the builder, in order to do that little bit, I would still be planning it out. Before I actually got a chance to set the machine down and just try to place some of this, I'd have double this done. And before I actually got it right and had it to the point where it started building, I'd probably have triple this done. And then I'd need to work out the power situation for the builder, which as soon as I did actually hook power up, I'd probably have 4 times this amount done. And when the builder started working, it would end up placing blocks like it would go that slowly because our power system is not that strong. And it would drain our power, so we wouldn't be able to, enter our inventory system. We wouldn't be able to do anything with that, the enrichment chamber or the smelter or anything like that. So yeah, it's one of those deals. We're gonna go ahead and pass on the builder until we have more power and a more, a better place to use it, really, because this is not really the situation where you use the builder. Builder's great. I'm going to end up using it as a quarry at some point. Hopefully soon, too, because I'm tired of mining. But I tell you, this thing really, really helps the mining. I'm telling you, this is crazy for mining. But that's fine. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you. I wanted to chat with you a little bit because, we're not too far into the episode. I want to make sure I get everything done this episode, but we're only about, I think, an hour and a half in? Yeah. We still got like a whole hour left, really. That's video time, too. I've been working on this all day. This is no joke. I've been on this for hours. I was off today, and I've spent way too long on this one episode. But that's okay. I wanted to get this stuff done. I told you guys I wanted to decorate everything. I wanted it all to look good, and that's kind of what I've been trying to get done. And that way we can move on with everything else. And when we do move on with other stuff, I heard a zombie. We can actually worry about the aesthetics of it all at the same time. I realized something, that when you're dealing with the longer videos that I've started making, you can do both in one episode. A lot of people
In one episode, they'll build a structure. They'll build some kind of a thing. You know, they'll build, oh, here's your farm that gives me such and such gunpowder. Next episode, we'll make it look good, you know, and they'll do that everything in the next episode. I can do them both. I make such long episodes now. I can do everything. And that's what I'm going to try to start doing. Hopefully I can get to it. I'm usually the kind of person who likes to make things that function well. I normally don't pay too much attention to how they look. And in case you haven't noticed, by the villager stuff up there and what I'm doing now, I'm trying to change that about myself. I want to become a good builder. I want to make sure I have the ideas that can, you know, inspire and you know, draw people's eyes in. Things need to look good, I think. I think it's important in a video game like this, where building is such a huge part of it. And I want to be good at it. And I'm interested in it. I want to be able to look back at my build and be like, man, that is great. I did that. You know, that's the kind of stuff I'd like to be able to say. But it is what it is. We're going to work on it. We're going to see what happens. We're totally making a mob farm down here, which is really unfortunate. I'm going to have to go get some torches to actually light this stuff up, I guess. I'm going to have to go through and do that every once in a while. That is unfortunate. But oh well, it'll be okay. We'll make it work. There's not a whole lot because these little light sources here, they are giving some light, so it's not a complete mob farm situation, but it's more than I'd like to have. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep layering the dirt in here. As you can see, it shouldn't take me that long. We're you know, I don't know, maybe another hour and a half of, you know, my actual game time, not video time. And this whole thing should be done really. And I'll bring it back and we can check it out. We can see about, you know, doing the island. I don't know if I'm going to do the shaping of the island. I might do some of that off camera and just bring you back after some of that's done. I kind of showed you a little bit about what I wanted to do with it to kind of make it look like it should be separated. And there's other aspects of that I want to get to at least explain today if we can't actually finish the design of it. I'm not sure how much time we're going to have, but we should be okay. I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll find out. Whew. Okay. So we're not completely done yet. We still have a little bit to go over here, but I ran out of dirt. You kind of see my random placement of grass, and that's just to help facilitate the... Oh, I need to put torches over here. That's just to help facilitate the growing of grass. Ugh. I wanted to show you something real quick. You know, there's a recent Hermitcraft thing that I saw where Mumbo, Stress, and Iskall were around Mumbo's new little here's a challenge thing that they were doing, and Stress got the place 10,000 blocks and everybody was freaking out about it. Hold on, if I go down, hold on, first of all, I'm looking for, I don't want to miss it. I don't know. I don't think these things are in any particular order. Grass blocks, I placed 837, I think is used. It says used is 837, okay? Then we go down even more. There's some cobble, 30,000. Dropped. It's how much I dropped, I think, or something. I don't remember. But we keep going. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. As soon as I can find it again. Somewhere around here. I'm not actually looking for the block on the left. I'm looking for the numbers because I came through and I checked already and I know that the numbers are. There we go. Dirt. 13,000. And I'm not done yet. 13,000. Or close to it. Was it 13? 12,000, 13,000, something like that. It was pretty far down, wasn't it? We're going to assume it's in a similar place. Yeah, there we go. Okay, no, not quite. Well, kind of. It depends on the one you look at. 12.8 is closer to 13,000. 12.3 or 299 is closer to 12. So 12 to 13. Picked up.
I picked up that many. I picked up 13,000. I placed 12,000 in whatever number. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know how those numbers are so much different, but it is what it is. Anyway, you get the idea. I've placed a huge amount of dirt. Now, most of it has grown into grass. But yeah, that's a whole lot. Hey, Mr. Creeper. But yeah, so that's just kind of one of those deals. Now, I need more dirt, and that's number one, right? Oh. So we're gonna do something. I'm gonna really, guy. I'm not gonna be able to. Stupid! Get out of my way! I'm trying to go to sleep, man. Sheesh. But we're gonna go do something real quick. I'm gonna let these guys burn. Just burn. Okay. So there's a way to get dirt. You know, when mobs are on fire, they don't get knocked back by this thing. It's like the knockback is negated by the fire, which is weird. But anyway, there's another way to get dirt, and that's with essence. So we're going to make some dirt seeds. Now, we're going to do that in our new area, okay? Now, what's going to happen down here, I still have more to do with the top, but the bottom is mostly done and ready for stuff, except for, of course, over there. Hey, buddy. Wrong weapon. So I need to definitely light this area up for sure. There's no joke about that. I need to just get this lit up. But that's why I want to go ahead and start placing the crops and stuff. And the way that they're going to be organized down here is much like the way things are organized up top with all their stuff. There's not going to be like standard organization. The way I used to build in my series was, straight lines and non-organic, and I'd make everything, on like a grid pattern and everything. And that changed recently, so that's not actually my favorite way to do things anymore. I have a new favorite way to do things, and it's kind of random. And we are going to... Okay, sure. I don't know where all that came from, but all right. That's fun, I guess. And, all right, okay, all right, whatever. Anyway, so... we're going to follow a similar theme. It's one of the things in the villages that I actually really, really like is this concept. Sheesh, I keep picking up random stuff. It would be from all the skeletons burning in the daylight. But this is something that I've really liked the idea of. Let me move that so it looks better. and I get my frames back. I forgot that lowers frames too. But it's always been really, really cool how they surrounded these with logs. Now, one thing we're going to do is we're going to strip ours. Okay, I think stripped logs look awesome when they surround some land like this. But we're also not going to put them straight and down like that. We're going to have ours going sideways like this. And maybe we'll have the corners. I don't know if we're going to use like the bark blocks, or not bark blocks, but the stripped blocks. The ones that have the same textures on all the sides, or if we're going to do something like this with the corners on our plots. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that, but I do need to get a bunch of logs, so we're going to work on that as well. And we're just going to do the one. We're not going to do anything major, and I don't know what kind of wood I want to use either. If we go to log, I don't know. Maybe it should be dark. Some of the dark wood. I don't think I have any more dark oak, but we could do the dark wood. And I say that because in our designs up here, the dark wood is kind of, that's the standard. That's the default. That's what everything has in it. So maybe we can do the similar thing down there, and with each plot, somehow change up some of it with different types of wood. Maybe that can be the theme of the village, where we have dark oak wood as the main block, but then we kind of change it up with some other colors, and we'll have to accent the farms somehow. But we're going to start, I think, with dark oak.
I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's a good idea. So we do have some dark oak here, but I need actual logs because we're not doing the planks. We're doing the actual logs. You guys go away. Give me some bone meal. Oh, wait. Oh, nice. We have 14 of them already. Granted, we're going to need some actual logs too. Why are you there? Get off of that. That's not supposed to be there. Give me some bone stuff. Now, I don't want to take too long doing this just because I do want to get, a lot of the other island stuff done as well. But a lot of that I'm going to end up skipping anyway. I'm going to show you a little bit. I've already showed you a little bit of the island and kind of how I want to do that. I want to trim the bottom edges and kind of curve it under so that way it looks better. And then the only thing after that we really need to work on after I fill in everything is the pillars and things that are going to be holding it up. And I've got to do a lot of research on that. I'm not sure if that's going to be in this episode or not. I want it to be so we can kind of get everything done and buttoned down. But there's a little bit of extra detail I want to put into this thing before we call it done. Anyway, and that's most likely not going to be in this episode. But I want the overall concept done, and that would include the pillars, I think. But anyway, so what we're going to do, actually, we're going to have to grow the trees out here because we need more room. That's not where that goes. Okay, come on, bone meal, do your thing. So we're going to do this here. Gimme. Can I grow this tree now? I wonder. I could just do this, though. And then bone meal. And then this. And that should be enough, really. Nope. That. There we go. Yay. Okay, so if we do... All right, I need to think... No, I think this is going to be... They're going to be in the ground. This is something... They're definitely going to be in the ground. I do need to place it a little bit away from the edge. So some of these edges, like this bottom row, is going to be trimmed off in favor of the curved under look. So this back row is at least going to be backed up to like here-ish. So I need to make sure that I'm under the island, and I need to go in, not necessarily in the center, but just in far enough so that when I curve the edges of the island, it's still going to be in bounds. And by doing this, we're actually going to get a little bit of dirt back as well, sort of. So let's get this guy. We'll get Silk Touch. We'll get our grass back. You guys are really annoying up there. Do we have a muffler? We don't have the muffler, do we? Muffling upgrade for mechanism. Yeah, for that machinery, but not for these guys. I want that muffling necklace. You actually put in your bauble slot, and you can program in. It's like the advanced silencer or something like that. It's got some kind of crazy thing. For now, though, that is so aggravating. Play it friendly creatures? You guys? It's better. Okay, cool. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11. Okay. Now we're doing 11 because counting the border, it's going to be 11. The inside will be 9 by 9 for the plot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. That's way too fast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Cool. We can just go all the way down until we match up with this other one. There we go. All right, now we can go ahead and just mine out all these. This is why we have Silk Touch on this thing, too. We get our grass back. Actually, I don't need to get the... We're fine. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. We're good. I need to make sure this stays here. I need this to be here. Don't do that. Get out of there. Okay, that needs to be there. Anyway, let's do this on the 4 corners. You guys are all going to face the same way. I guess that's fine. And then these guys will also face this way. And that should be good. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Well, I don't know if that's going to matter or not. But just give me these blocks back just in case. Don't do that. I don't need that right now, but we're going to do it this way. I just want to make sure we're conserving the logs that have the same texture on all the sides. So we'll do this way. Like so. And we'll bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, good. These guys, I guess, will switch. I don't know if they should be this way. Or if they should be this way. I think this way is better. I think it is. So that'll be fine. We'll do it this way. And then, boop. All right, so how we're going to do this is each plot is going to be a different tier. And we might have multiple plots for each tier, but initially, this is going to be the plot for tier 1. Because that's what dirt is. Dirt is a tier 1 thing. I do need water. Give me some stuff. And it's getting dark. Of course it's getting dark. Why wouldn't it get dark? I need to go to sleep. We can put this stuff away. You. Actually, you can stay with me. You guys can go away for now. I don't think I'm going to need these anymore, but who knows? And then give me water. I need a bucket. I need bucket for water. And actually, if I did water, yeah, I don't know why the watering can's in there. It's not supposed to be. I'll go to sleep. Yeah, I already increased my perk. Oh, and I got the sword too. I don't have enough levels to put the book, the looting book or whatever on the sword, but the axe is now completely unenchanted. Another guy came by, or another soul came to our grave. So that answers the other question of whether or not the one grave can, draw in more than the one soul. So you can enchant on the same grave without moving it more than once. I don't know how many, if it's infinite or if there's only like 2, but I've done it twice so far. So that's a thing. I need water. All right. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Boom. All right. I don't know if I have a lily pad or not, but And then this is supposed to be a 5x5. So if I go here twice. Okay. And then this one. Yeah. And then this one. And then this one. Perfect. Goody, goody, goody. Now, what we can do, since this is going to be tier 1, what is it? 9, right? 9 by 9, so we need 80. We need 80 of the essences. All right, so if we get this, and then I don't know what 80 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gives 70, so we need 16. Okay, bam. And that should be 80. Now, we should have enough to turn every one of these into our tier 1 plot. Because this is how you convert them all. See if I'm right about my number too. I should be right, but who knows? It wouldn't surprise me if I were wrong. Yeah, I'm off by 1. How? Oh, no, I'm not. I missed one. Haha, I was right. Goody. So now it actually turned the crops like a not so great color. It's kind of interesting how bad that color really is, but it is what it is. Anyway, we actually have this. We have what we need right here. So give me you, give me you, give me you, and give me you. That way it doesn't completely destroy that. Can't really tell that anything changed, but we have the 4 dirt that we need. Why do I have 5 dirt? Oh, the one in the center. Okay. Fine then, I'll leave this one over here and I'll use it later. Anyway, we also need 4 more in... Okay, if we go to dirt. Hold the phone. I need you, bam, I need to get you. Bam, done. Okay, then I need 4 more of these guys. Okay, so now I'm going to show you actually live how to do this guy right here, which I got rid of the button. Great, I need to go get the button. And I need to place something. I didn't realize I... Oh, that's what that is. Guys, that's cool. That's really neat. Look, that's what the soul is. The soul comes in on a bolt of lightning. How cool is that? All right, no, that's fantastic. That's really, really cool. That's what that is. I did hear that twice too, and I was like, what in the world is going on? What is that noise? I thought it was in the YouTube video I was watching, and I look in theirs, and I was like, there's no thunderstorm in their game. You know, and then all of a sudden, I look in mine, it's like, there's none in mine either. What the crap was that? And then I never found out. Now I know exactly what it was. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and leave you here. We're going to do this and go kerblam. Actually, I tell you what, I don't even need this. I don't even need the dirt underneath it. I can just do that. That should, in theory, activate it. I just realized this. Way to go, Xogue, for knowing stuff. I think it's this. I don't know if it matters. I think it's this way, though. With the dirt in the corners and not the cardinal directions. You know how the essence is. See how the essences are like north, south, east, and west? And then these guys are on the corners. I think that's how it's supposed to go, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Anyway, boop. Yep, there we go. And then all of a sudden they're spewing all their goody stuff. Boom, and then we have ourselves a seed. It's that simple. It's really not a very complicated process. But since now we have the Inferium farmland, all we really need to do is use our good old watering can on this guy. And there's a chance that it will give me another dirt seed. So if I did this for long enough, we would get enough dirt seeds to fill this entire plot. And we wouldn't have any problems. And then future dirt seeds could be automatically piped into a seed reprocessor to get even more of the dirt essence or whatever it's called. But in this case, since we need more dirt, I can use these guys and use their essences to get a huge amount of dirt without having to go somewhere else and dig out and make a huge hole in the terrain, and do a whole bunch of that stuff. So that's what I'm going to do for a little while, but I wanted to show you the creation of this. This is going to be the first plot, and this one is tier 1 for now. And for now, we probably are going to use, all the dirt seeds and fill this whole plot up, or at least as far as we need to go for now. I'll probably end up making another harvester or whatever thingy thing and bring that over here as well. And same with the collector, and that way we don't have to worry about collecting. Totally. And then, and other tier 1 essences will go here as well. And if we need more plots, then we can make more of them. And future plots are also going to be randomly positioned in here. And we're going to choose the location of the plots first. And we're just going to move them in random places. And like one will go here. And then one will go here. And then one maybe right here. Who knows? I have no idea. And those locations I just told you are probably not going to stay, you get the idea. Totally random. And then we're going to have some other kind of decoration with these guys. I'm not sure what yet, but like I was saying about the up top, how they have the wood is differing each of the plots. I want something similar here. So maybe a fence, maybe some kind of a railing, maybe. They do have iron bars in this. They have bars that are of different types. So maybe some of these guys, that we could use and put those around each one, or some kind of fences or walls or something, basically. The idea, something. And then we're also going to have paths similar to how we have up top going to each one. And I also want to incorporate the villagers somehow and have them either roaming around in specified areas or something along those lines. I don't believe they would actually harvest anything here. These are modded plants. I don't believe the villagers can do that. We can try it just to see what happens, but I don't think they will. And even if they did, I don't think I would want them to. But if they don't, if I can prove that they don't, then at least I know I could have them wander, even with, composters around the area to give them the farmer status. they still won't do it, but I can give them the farmer look, and they can be roaming around, and it could give the appearance that those are the people who are farming, or at least overseeing the machinery that is farming all of these plots. And there's going to be, they're all going to be connected, and it's going to be pretty cool once we get a decent number of them up. I think it'll look pretty cool, but there's a lot of final touches to put on that, just like there's more final touches to put on the island and more final touches to put on this stuff up here. We still need a lot more detail. Detail. And that's what we're going to be looking and thinking about. So of course, if you guys have any ideas, pass them along. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of grind this out. Let this guy grow for, I don't know, a while until I get as many seeds as I need. And I'm eventually going to have enough dirt, and I'm going to finish filling all of that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and actually curve the edges of this island in. And now that I think about it, just curving the edge of the island in would probably give me enough dirt to fill that in, but at least we have this stuff started, so it doesn't really matter. I'll probably start curving while I'm waiting for these guys to grow or something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. But you know what I'm going to work on? Let's see how far I can get. I just thought of something. I went and got the range upgrade on this guy, right? Range tier 3, fantastic, great, fantastic. I didn't realize just how fantastic until I started doing this part of it. It's really, really nice to not have to go up here and be like, okay, break. Okay, how's that look? Nope. Oh, break. Okay, and then go back down. It's really, really nice to just be able to shoot it from the ground. I didn't even realize this until I was like messing with this side of things, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is really, really so much better, But you kind of see what I'm going for here. I'm trying to make it look random and natural that this guy's here. Now, when I say this, like I've seen many of them. But you kind of do in like TV shows and even in like other Minecraft players who make things like this. But the rocks the floating rocks that look better, they have a somewhat steady decline here. Hold on, let me hover so you can see it. They have a somewhat steady decline here. And then when it goes under, it's a lot sharper. So it goes in, but it goes in a lot further. So underneath, instead of just being like 1 or 2 layers, it's actually, something like this. And I got to like manage my, part of me is like, no, square it off, make it square. No, you got to make it natural. No, you got to make it square. And I'm like arguing with myself inside my head. But it's kind of like the longer ones like this. I kind of went a little further. Now this still makes it look really, really weird. Are you full? Is that why I'm like picking up everything? Totally full. Okay, great. Fantastic. Now you're not so full. I got to go empty my inventory. But this looks weird because it's still straight edge and then instantly in. But when it's the lower edge is in this far, it makes it look better and more realistic, I feel like, than if it were like a really gradual thing. I mean, you could do it either way, really, but this is the kind of one that I'm kind of going for. And I feel like I keep like going just a bit too far, like I'm shaving off too much, just a little bit too much. But like, I don't know. It's hard to describe really, but I'm going to keep sculpting this guy out. I don't want to take too long showing you the little bits of stuff that I'm doing here. I just wanted you to see how much easier it is to sculpt this from the ground when you have such a long range weapon like this. It is really, really, really nice. I'm super glad I found this particular thing. But over here is starting to come together a little bit. It still needs more work, but it's starting to come together. And as a side bonus, this whole mining gadget thing is lighting up the underside with nearly invisible lights. They're not really invisible. You can see them, but they don't look bad. And they certainly do light up the underside of this thing, which is absolutely fantastic. I wish I could manually place them down for this side over here because those torches look terrible. Over here, so much better. So much better. It looks so cool over here. I love that. But over there, it looks really, really, really bad because of all the torches. But anyway, I'm going to keep going with stuff. I just wanted to bring you in, give you a little update real quick. Did I lose it all? I don't think I did. Okay, we're good. Come on, let's go deposit our stuff. I really wish I had a ranged way to do this. Ooh, man. That's a lot of work, ladies and gents. That's a lot of work. But, as you can see, let's go ahead and circle around the outside so you can kind of see what we're doing. We ended up making 2 different islands here, 2 different floating islands, which I think is kind of cool. We can create a little bridge or something there. And this was up by the area. I never showed you these guys, did I? These are all the librarians that had books that were somewhat decent. Yeah, bulwark. Okay, that's cool. I'd be awesome if I never got knocked back. Or wisdom, more XP. Wisdom 4, mind you, for 19. Not bad. More XP is good. Vorpal. You know, I kind of talked to him a little bit about some of these. Nature's Mend. Anyway. I'm still working on it, but those are the guys that are going to end up going all the way down and around and stuff. But yeah, we can create a nice little bridge here and have something else on this island over here. I'm not sure what, but this one is actually connected. So it's actually a pretty cool little thing that we have where we're going to have our little pillars holding up. But then this whole connection is actually holding up this end. So we're going to have pillars here, but nothing else all the way to the right, you know? Nothing really holding up that other side of the island. Just the stuff that's going to hold this side up, which is really kind of neat. I kind of like it. It's going to be pretty cool. So sometimes accidents are good. I don't know if you're not sure of the accident that I'm talking about. Earlier, I actually mentioned how I went too far this way. I went way too far over here. I meant to cut it like right here. But now, looking at it, if I were to have done that, I probably would have gone further because it wouldn't have looked like it was far enough. So it's actually ended up pretty perfectly there. I like that. Also gives us a lot more room. But yeah, I mean, now we have a lot of room underneath. We've got our 2 farms over here. I'm not sure if I showed you these or not. But this is the one. Oh, why are you like this? Oh, I don't know what happened to this one. That's not cool. We got another seed. That's cool. I do like that one. Okay. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. I know one thing that I need to do, though. Something I found out about on that one. It's too dark here. Oh, wait. No. We're going to put a regular stone block on top. Boop, boop, boop. But nope, that's wrong. Boop. There we go. And you can give me my torch back. Anyway, so you kind of get the idea. I got to fix that. I don't know what's going on with that. Because this stuff is supposed to be trample proof. Like, so I don't know why that converted. It might have been too dark, maybe? I'm not sure. I really don't know. But anyway, kind of get the idea. Everything around here now should be pretty good. There might be some spots I need to touch up here and there. There we go. But overall, it should be pretty good. This is a little weird. I need to fill that in. We got to fill in a few gaps here and there. The next step, there's a couple things I want to do. This looks like Minecraft normal. I mentioned how Scar did something, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, Good Times with Scar and Hermitcraft. Really, really, really freakishly good builder. He did something that I was watching a little earlier that I wanted to try to incorporate. I don't know how well it's going to work. And currently, I'm a little too tired to even give it a shot right now. I'm going to have to go back and review that video. I don't know exactly where it is or if I could even pull it off. It's just something he just did. Like, this is one of those things that he just does. He just did it. He didn't realize that it looked a lot, or he probably knows that his stuff looks a lot better than most people's. But like he just didn't make a big deal about it in his video. So it's something that he's been doing for a long time. It's just kind of a regular thing to him. But I'd never seen it before. It was kind of interesting. And it involved like having like stone, I don't know, almost like stone stuff like this, right? And you kind of, like, I kind of want to make the whole roof like this, just kind of odd, like non-standard shapes, right? Hold on, let me do, okay, got it, okay. And then he went behind that and kind of took some of the dirt and did the same kinds of things, only kind of in front of the stone. So it was, gimme the, ow, my legs, ow. Yeah, okay. I don't have any regular dirt. I need to go get some regular dirt. Hold on. If I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, I need to make sure I'm doing it right because grass is going to throw it off. I probably should keep some of that stone though too, actually. Stone and dirt. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of sort of like that a little bit. And it added a little bit of depth to it. Can you place? Thank you. Place more. So it's kind of like that a little bit. You know, maybe that's a little too much down as far as the dirt is concerned. So we'll do that and then that maybe. And then maybe we'll bring this one down. Something like that maybe. Or something like that. So it kind of has, I don't know, it gives it a lot of depth, I think. And it also, I don't know, I'm not doing it right though. I'm really not. He does it much, much better. I mean, it's Scar. Of course he does it much better. That was not the one I wanted to remove. I don't know, maybe something more like that-ish, kind of? And this one seems too far down. Maybe closer to that, maybe. And, and then that's kind of like all the way around the outside. But if we did that here on the edge, then we need to do it to the entire inside of this thing, which would also lower the ceiling. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what to do, but I think it looks a lot better than the regular stuff. So I don't know. Maybe we just do it to some parts. I'm not sure how to make that work yet, but that's kind of the design, which is pretty interesting. I do like that. That's, of course, it's not, you just fly so fast horizontally in this friggin' jetpack, man. It's ridiculous. Aiming where you want to go is almost impossible. But you kind of get the idea. I think anyway. But I do need to go to sleep. It is sleep time. So I'm going to mess with that in the morning. We'll look at stuff. Don't worry, Jessica. Your sign did get removed. Okay? Your sign did get removed. But I see you up here. I'm always keeping my eye on you standing up here like this. You've been up here for a while now. You know, you've been keeping a really good eye on things. I appreciate it. We're going to give you your throne here in a little while. Okay? It's okay. All right. Yeah. You got your sister over here too. I don't know what her name is yet. Maybe the people can give her a name too. Anyway, yeah, this stuff was, I had to make sure I was paying attention to this because right there, I break that block, then villagers start to fall. So it was kind of an interesting little thing. But as far as finishing touches, there's a few things I need to do. Okay, I was already talking about this concept, and I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with it yet, but we're going to have to figure something out. I do need to make the bridge between the two, but technically we don't have to do that yet because we don't have anything on this island. So that's not a vital process, really, but it's a thing. Go down. I still need to not only patch the holes in the roof, but also get rid of these, different blocks and everything, and all of the ores and everything that I have in the ceiling as well, that I want to get rid of, and I want to replace it all with stone. The only dirt I want underneath is the stuff around the outside, kind of like I was pointing out right here. That's the only dirt I really want anywhere underneath. So it's going to be one of those deals. Also, this whole process, as I knew it would, did remove the connection between here and here. And while it is removed, it also gives us the opportunity. Hello, Al Arrow. Die. Thank you. It also gives us the opportunity to build like a bridge or like some kind of a thing that goes from there to there. And I'm thinking some kind of an elaborate staircase. Okay, that's nothing but the stairs, but the supports to it are smaller versions of whatever pillars are holding up the islands. Something along those lines I think is going to be pretty cool, but I need to figure out exactly what all of that looks like. And of course I need to design the pillars themselves as well. So that's going to require probably going into a creative world and creating a duplicate of this. Ouch. I didn't right click. Stupid game. I'm telling you, man. Go away. You too, huh? All of you. All the baddies. Go away. I don't want to deal with you right now. Trying to go to sleep, man. Sheesh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I hear you, zombie, coming in right behind me and stuff. I missed. You were a little closer than I thought you were. I thought you were going to still be up on the cliff or something. I turned around, you were like right in my face. It just kind of scared me a little bit. Made me click just a little bit to the right. Anyway. But you get the idea. I gotta design the pillars. I gotta design a couple of bridges. I need to make Jessica's throne chair room pen thing. And I need to do this around the outside as well. So we got a little bit of work to do. Probably more than I can fit in this episode, but I'm going to try to streamline it. I think I got a little bit more time I can squeeze into this. Maybe I can kind of zoom through it a little bit. Really, dude? Come on now. But, yeah, I don't know. But time for me to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow and probably get to work on this thing. Hopefully I get up early. I may not get up early. Who knows? But, yeah, I think it's coming out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. And, yeah, we're going to have to see how it turns out. But I'm doing pretty well, I think. I think it's going pretty well. All of these guys are really irritating me right now. Ow, arrow. Okay. I am kind of hungry and I am kind of hurting a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be so careless with my health bars. With my heart things. We still need to add in our little building over here, which now I was mentioning how I wanted it to be like right here. And that's going to be difficult to do now. Maybe. I don't know. I got to play with that idea a little bit because now I kind of ran a little bit out of room. Really? Are you trying to shoot at me? Somebody is. Oh, you're underneath the lip or something. But I still kind of want it over here, so it might go up a little higher. I might change it. I might still put it in the same place, just have it exposed from underneath a little more. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But I do know that I need a place for my house. Because this is not cutting it over here. This little corner of the universe over here is not cutting it. It just ain't working for me anymore. You know, it's too small. It's cramped. It's all full of stone and cobblestone. It's not decorated. It's very small. You get the idea. But anyway, we're going to see what happens here in just a little while. I'm going to see what I can't come up with in the morning. Things have been done. And as you can see, I have finished. The grass is done. The grass is all filled in except for that spot where a creeper blew up and it filled in a hole. We got the stone is all filled underneath. This is all stone under here now. It's all flat and pretty looking, kind of. Flat, the reason I'm leaving that flat because if these villagers did indeed like burrow out the underneath of this mountain to make room for whatever, then they would have left it flat, I feel like. Maybe it should be a little bit jaggeded? Totally. And maybe, you know, just a couple little pieces here and there should be removed or something. But I think it's okay. I don't think it's too weird. You know, some of that's supposed to be civilized. So we'll just say that like they patched up the roof or whatever. But the outsides of this, even though it's in direct contrast to what I was just saying about them straightening it up and making it look pretty, I like this better. It should be odd. Maybe the mountain started growing back down or something. The dirt started drooping. I don't think that's a thing, but you get the idea. I didn't fill in the holes on this side, apparently. I thought I got everything, but I keep forgetting that there's like two separate islands. So apparently I got a lot of work to do over here still. That's fine, though. We can get that done here in a little bit. But I wanted to work on the next step anyway. And as you can see, I added leaves to everything. Didn't even add the leaves to this stuff too. Wow. I kind of skipped a whole island. Not even sure how that happens, but okay, whatever. You know, we're going to roll with it. But I do. I want to get to the next spot. Maybe that's why I was a little too eager for this. But yeah, I woke up a little early, started doing a whole bunch of work. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Definitely much better than how it was. You know, with the mixture of dirt and stone and everything. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Anyway, so what I wanted to do now is kind of work on the pillars that are going to be holding this thing up. And this is where it's a little, like I have an idea in my head about it. I kind of been thinking about it a little bit. And we're definitely going to need a crafting table. So we're going to go ahead and plop this guy down real quick. And I'm thinking we're going to start. It needs to be big, right? It needs to be a pretty big pillar. These things are not going to be small because they shouldn't be. I mean, we're talking, you're holding up a friggin' island, basically. So they've got to be pretty large. So we're going to do, I don't know. Is that big enough? A 3x3 of an actual, is that, well, that's not really a 3x3, is it? I guess we'll need them to be a little bit bigger. So we'll go here. I just need to make a whole bunch of these. I don't know why I didn't make a whole bunch of these. I could have just done this and been fine. It's not like we're running out of stone or anything. We've got plenty of stone to deal with. But anyway, so we have this now, and we're going to have... The idea that I had was kind of... I don't even know where this is going up and then going to attach to. We're going to have to figure that out here once we get up there. But it's kind of... Actually, no. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. I think this is closer to what I had in mind. Because this isn't just going to be a straight stone pillar. We're going to have some other things in here as well. So I'm just going to make this a little taller so it's a little easier to see this. Just the idea. I want you to see the idea I have in my head. I'm just not... Okay, that's what I wanted. All right, good. Okay, and we're going to go like this. Bloop. Kind of like that-ish. And then we're going to have some fences. Now, initially, I was thinking maybe these guys would work. And maybe they do. I'm not sure. But I am also playing with the idea of a lot more contrast for these things. That's not at all what I wanted to happen. Come here, you. And I think that could also work as well, too. And it actually kind of lends... One, you have the big thickness of the pillar itself, kind of lending itself to the idea that it could hold something like this up if we used enough of them in the right places. Now, this is actually a little off. It'll have to move over probably 2 blocks this way. And that way it'll go directly under all this group of stuff here. But it also has these, which almost look like braces when they're used like this. Like it's bracing the pillar, like almost like it's holding it together. Some other extra stuff to it, helping it stick together. And I like that concept. Now, let me go ahead and build one of these out, because I don't know how it's going to connect to the island. And like I said, this guy actually needs to move over like 2 blocks, I think. It's going to have to go to here. I said 2 blocks, right? I need to trust myself and actually do 2 blocks. So we're going to do this just so I have the mark, and we're going to remove everything else. And that way, I love this thing. I really do. This thing is fantastic. It does sometimes remove the grass over there, as you can see. Boop. And the magnetic enchant, that thing is like crazy too. That's really cool. Oh, man. See, I just removed like a whole bunch of grass over there that I did not need to remove. I need to move away from my island so I don't just like accidentally break the perfectly scrap. I was about to say scrafted. Xogue, scrafted is not a word. I didn't realize I actually showed the jetpack. I should have known that since we have particle effects. But yeah, I wanted to avoid hitting the perfectly scrafted island that I just made. Also, we have turf. Okay, I was going to play with this a little bit, because the side of this being dirt, it doesn't look weird for it being Minecraft, but I wanted to see what maybe it looked like if we were to replace some of this, just like a small section we're going to test this on right here, just something like this. And I wanted to see what it would look like if we had instead the turf. I wanted to make sure it would actually blend in with the area, and I think it does. I think the way they do the turf is that it'll blend in with any biome, because the grass, like, it depends on the grass color. Like, it uses the biome colors. So I think that might be pretty good. And maybe, see, if I do that, I'd have to do it for all of the levels, and I think it would start to look weird. Like 1 or 2 levels would be good, but just because we have this here, all of these other ones start to look weird. And if we did it for all of these, then we'd end up doing something like, give me up, okay. We'd have sections that's like this, and it starts to look a little weird if, it's just one block of green and then this. And if we had the whole thing green, I don't know how that would work. If we just actually made the whole wall like turf green, I don't know if that would look weird or if that would be okay. Hey, Mr. Cow. How's it going? I'm not sure. And obviously this doesn't spread, so I'd have to handcraft all of it and replace all of the dirt along the outside. Everywhere would have to be turned into this turf stuff. And honestly, I don't think it looks bad, mind you. I really don't think it looks bad. But I don't think it looks good enough to be worth all of that effort, because I would literally have to replace every single piece of dirt around the outside of this thing with the turf in order for it to be consistent. And if I don't do that, then it's not consistent enough to be a real thing. So I think we're going to leave it alone and just do the grass, and we'll just leave it like that. I guess. I think we'll just leave it how we had it. I might go back later and change my mind, but for now, that's how we're going to leave it. Where's my dirt? Did I have regular dirt? I thought I had regular dirt. There's the regular dirt. Give me you, dirt. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All right, we're going to put the torch there, do that. And then I just need to fill this in here. Here. Okay, that'll work, I guess. Sure. Put that there. Ooh. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Haha. Good. I think I did that right. I think that should be back to where it was. Except for that, which those grass blocks should die. I don't know why those are there like that. But it should be fine. Anyway, let me go ahead and continue crafting this pillar. Let me see if I can get it looking good, and then we'll see what it looks like at that point in time. All right, so here's what I'm thinking for the pillar, right? So when you think about something that holds something really heavy, let's just go ahead and shout out the jack for a car, right? So when you got the jack, you've got to make sure it's placed under a nice foundation. And in our case here, it means we needed to dig out a little bit of the area so that it's, placed somewhere sturdy, somewhere that's not going to move so much. And it's kind of fused into the stone. It's built into the stone a little bit up here. So that way it's got that nice little foothold. Now, technically it's kind of using the dirt to help hold it up too. It does have the stone on the other side, but the dirt is probably don't want to use dirt to hold up a gigantic island, but you get the idea. It's there, and I don't think it looks terrible. I think it's okay. So I think that's going to work out for us. And with that, I think it looks pretty awesome, and it gives a nice, what would you like to say? Maybe nice man-made feel to the naturalistic floating island that's here. So it makes it look like, this was original, but then people came and made it something even more special. Some kind of situation like that. I think it'd be pretty cool. And all we really need to do now is just take this and replicate it. I'm not sure how many though. I'm thinking maybe one here, one over here on the corner, and then maybe one here, and I want to do mini versions of those going down here that's going to hold up some kind of a bridge thing connecting these two areas together. And I want the bridge thing to be somewhat not small, but like thin, like I don't know how to describe it. I'll have to make it and just show it to you later. But I think for the most part, we have accomplished the goal of getting this island set up all in one episode. There are more details to be had in this for sure. There's definitely more stuff we can do. And if you have any suggestions, by all means, put them in the comments. We will review them. We will look over them and we'll see what we'd like to add to it to make it look a lot better. But just imagine a few more supports here in your recommendations, because I'm going to add those in off camera in between episodes. And that way, the next time you guys see it, it'll basically be done and we won't have to revisit the island. We can continue on with other stuff, such as maybe getting me out of this tiny little hole in the wall. Literally, it's a hole in a wall. I don't really want to be there any longer than I have to be. And I need to figure out exactly where I'm staying, where the house is going to be. And I still think it's going to be over here somewhere, like buried underground a little bit, inside a little or something. So I guess technically we're going to be moving from a hole in the wall to a hole in the side of a floating island. AKA a hole in the wall. Hole in the wall to hole in the wall. But at least this hole in the wall will look better. We're going to decorate it. We're going to make it look fancy and stuff. But I think this is working out pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good. And the only real thing, I mean, I put a fence all the way around this thing and you really don't need to anymore. The fences are not that important. And I may even remove them all, even though I spent so much time doing it, just because we're lighting it up. We are going to have this connection here that may or may not allow mobs through. If we can find a way to mob-proof it so mobs can go off of the island if we want them to, but they can't walk back on without it looking like they can't walk back on, then we could probably remove the fences because this is literally a floating island. Mobs cannot get on here as long as every bit of it is lit up well enough. And we're going to go around and make sure, especially if we do remove the fences, we're going to make sure that it is indeed lit up as well as possible. Maybe we'll do some kind of a teleporter. Like, it's not going to be an actual teleporter, obviously, because we don't have well, we do have elevators. That's kind of like that. But just decorate something so it looks like it's a teleporter so that mobs, our villagers rather, can just be like, yeah, we just step into the teleporter and zoop, 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 zoop. And all of a sudden you're like, zoop, 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 and now I'm on the island. You know, that way you keep the separation, but it gives an access for some of the villagers. The fence around here is going to have to stay, though, because this is part of the ground. Mobs can wander in here very, very easily, so this part of the fence would have to stay. But up there, we may even, I don't know, we may even remove this or turn it into something else. I'm not sure yet, because we may not need this much room for all of the librarians, though I do have quite a few of them. I do have quite a few librarians. Maybe we will need that much room. I'm not sure. Or maybe we'll design some grand hall for them up on this island or something. Like right above my house, there'll be some kind of a grand hall where we stash all of our librarians and they all have their own home. And then some of these other spots around here will just be others, like more masons. So that way I'd have somebody to sell my granite and diorite to, as well as another person for, he's a fisherman. I don't know why I'm pointing at him. Where's my mason? This guy? Yeah. So we'd have another place to sell our stone to in a day. We have like 20,000 of it. We have a lot of stone and we're just going to get more. And as you can see here, this guy sells andesite, but he doesn't sell any of the others like the diorite or granite. If we get another mason, we can do that. So we can actually build another one of those huts with the same wood and everything over here somewhere. We can do it to the farmer, so we could actually sell some beetroot and carrots over here. That'd be nice. We could do it to a couple of the other guys that have alternate trades that we'd really like to find. We could also go through this guy, maybe get an even better sword or something different perhaps that we could combine with this one to make it even better. You know, combine 2 or 3 different swords together to get really, really, really good iron sword. But it'd be an iron sword, but it'd be really, really good. You know, and we could do some of that stuff too. And then we'd have this upper island would be emerald gathering and some other resources. And then we go to the academy is what we could call it. We could call it the academy. And we build that right up here where all of our librarians are. We can make it 2 stories. We can make a fancy building on top of the island. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that might actually be what we do. And it's not like we have to have one of these little market huts all the way there. Like, it doesn't have to be populated the whole way. This whole section here is probably going to stay empty. There's probably not going to be one. So we really only need maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, maybe 6 of these huts we could put in there, and they don't have to be used, really. They really don't. I mean, we just need it for the aesthetics. We still need to add in a lot of the detail to on top of this island and the sides and the underneath and everything. We got a lot of work to do still. But the grand scheme of things, we're doing pretty good. I need to add in the pillars. That'll be done in between episodes. But everything else, we're going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. And we're going to be able to move on, I believe, as well. And I can just wait for you guys' comments to tell me what you'd like to see. I also need to finish this island too. I need to add in the leaves. And I need to fix the stone underneath and add in the pillars. That'll be a little bit of work. I need to get it done, though. Yeah. But anyway, that is about all the time I have for this episode. I have spent so much time. It is crazy. There's a lot of baddies down there right by my door. This is unfortunate. But if you liked the video, please do hit that like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Do what you do, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, Island. We'll see you again soon.